Shields up, Ironbreakers! How's everybody doing since a couple of minutes ago? Hopefully, because we were just streaming before this. Hopefully you guys watched some of that. And if you didn't, that's fine. I'm glad to have you here for this year's Blizzcon. I'm not particularly interested in whatever Blizzard's revealing, but I am curious. So we'll see what's happening. We will see what is happening. Also, Banjo, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent. I'm giving you a tip of the hat, even though you can't see it. But yeah, we just came from another stream, so let me just take a very quick bathroom break, and we'll get started. Okay, so who wants to bet that Blizzard says for the Horde before they say for the Alliance? Who wants to bet that they say for the Horde before they say for the Alliance? It's par the course. We all know that Blizzard is deeply biased towards Horde. Is that even a bet? Yeah, I know it's not fair, right? We all know that Blizzard is biased towards the Horde. No need to bet, it'll be Horde. Of course it is. Of course it is. I think they will say for the mobile first. Better bet is how much they will be asking for their new expansions. Bro, it's gonna be, for a Diablo expansion, it's gonna be 60 bones plus 20 bones for a season pass. So $80 for Diablo expansion. That would be my prediction. I mean, I like Alliance, but come on, they're kind of soy boy. I'm sorry. Which of the factions has the Blood Elves? Excuse me? Come again? I don't think it gets more soy than Blood Elves, alright? What's the biggest thing that they could say that would get you hyped? There's one thing that Blizzard could do. There is one thing that Blizzard could do that would actually give me hope for their redemption again. You want to know what that thing would be? We're getting rid of the WoW token. But that's never going to happen, so I don't have to worry about it. If Blizzard would get rid of the WoW token, I'd be like, whoa, no shot. It's never going to happen. Never, ever, ever going to happen. Not in a million years. Never going to happen. Skaven, thank you very much for making Dylan grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Microsoft owns them now, never say never. And you think Microsoft doesn't like money? Listen, Microsoft doesn't even care about Blizzard, okay? Microsoft cares about King. They care about that mobile giant King. King is probably the most valuable thing in Activision Blizzard, and we don't even say their name. We usually just say Activision Blizzard. We don't even say Activision Blizzard King, when King's probably the most profitable thing there is in Activision Blizzard. We're about to find out, Tony Fix. Here we go. Classic Plus, now with WoW Token. I mean, WoW Token's already in Classic, right? Oh, it's Tony. Jankies, yeah, but I also think that this time around you can watch the whole thing if you want to. I'm just watching the opening ceremony though.
This is Blizzcon 2023. Please welcome the president of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Ibarra.
It's the first time he's taken to the stage of a BlizzCon.
How's everybody doing? Oh man, you know, this is the best gaming community in the world, hands down. Hands down.
Not as much cheering for that
Wow.
one. Even they know. Did you see how there was not that much cheering when he said, this is the best gaming community? People are like, yeah, sure.
I love you too. All of us
Yeah.
have missed this so much. 4 years. It's been 4 years. You know what I say to that? That's too damn long. Where's our heroes of Overwatch at? Adventurers of Sanctuary? Defenders of Azeroth?
World of Warcraft crowd still
And
dominates
gamers
BlizzCon.
everywhere. Welcome. We love sharing what we're working on all the time. But to share it in person with all of you and to hear your stories, it cannot be matched. Meeting you all face to face inspires us, and we put this energy and enthusiasm back into everything we do. Thank you all for being here. In fact, we have tens of thousands of you here in Anaheim, California today, and we hope you enjoy the immersive experience we've created here at the show. We also have millions of people watching right now on stream. BlizzCon, please help me welcome everyone watching from around the world. Whether you're a hardcore or a casual gamer, or if it's been a while since you picked up one of our games, we're here to show you the Blizzard we are today and the Blizzard we are becoming.
Give me a refund, Mike.
BlizzCon isn't just about the latest updates from
I want my Battle Pass
It's all about
token.
you. Players are at the forefront of everything we do, and we're devoted to supporting these incredible communities, communities you can be proud of to be part of. All of us, gamers, developers, and fans, we all are united in our shared love for gaming. The person sitting next to you or watching online and chat with you could be your next guildmate, teammate, or lifelong friend. We all have this in common. I've always felt Blizzard brings players together a little differently. Our players have made connections that span continents, languages, and generations. We all have that one story, that incredible play of the game, that clutch card draw, or that raid encounter that your guild barely survived. I know, I've been there too. I know many of us have friends we've met in one of our games. A friend who began just as someone we hung out with in game, but who was there for us to celebrate our real life wins or to support us during a difficult time. That's certainly been true for me. Thanks to my experience playing Blizzard games over the last 25 years, I've met most of my best friends from all over.
Is he gonna cry?
And I'm so grateful that some of them are here today. Gus, Pika, Nick, Scoodles, and of course Billy and Kaylee, who put up with my raid wipes all too often. I always know
He's
that
gonna
no matter
cry, look
what's
at him.
going on in real life, they will be there. No matter what game we're playing, these friends are a constant I can always rely on. And I know many of you share that feeling. BlizzCon truly is about all of us as players.
Agent
as
00 Snake,
equals,
what happened since then was that
friends.
Blizzard scammed me with a dark
As
pattern.
we bring these amazing experiences to more places, build technology that allows more gamers to experience our worlds and create characters and stories more players can relate to, the Blizzard community grows. And more importantly, our friendships grow. All of us are so grateful to be part of this community. And in everything we do, we are in service to you. We know we don't do everything perfectly, but thanks to your
this
feedback,
this speech is a
we've
little
never
bit
stopped
too long.
striving to do it right. We are here to foster joy and belonging for everyone. We're proud of the worlds we build, but your experiences within those worlds bring them to life, and your connections with each other are what inspires us the most. Now, many of you may have heard the recent news about Blizzard joining the Xbox gaming family.
Didn't know. Did you guys hear about that?
Both Blizzard and Xbox believe that gaming is a unifier, that we should all be able to play anywhere and any way we want
Yep,
to
here
play.
it comes. World of Warcraft
That when
on the Xbox.
creativity of some of the best developers, artists, and storytellers in the world is fearlessly unleashed, everyone wins. With that in mind, someone is here backstage who'd like to say hello.
Let me guess. Philly? What's Phil doing back there?
Over the years, he and I played a bunch of games together.
Yeah, because Mike Ibarra used to work for Microsoft.
Our friend.
Our
CEO
friend,
of Microsoft Gaming, Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
Thank you, Mike. And hello, everybody, Blizzcon. This is my first Blizzcon ever. And it's great to feel the energy in the room.
I'll give you guys that. The energy at BlizzCon is insane.
Your love for these
As someone
games
who's been there.
truly is inspiring. I recently have spent so much time playing Diablo IV with my friends. Season 2 is awesome. And I can tell you that I can't wait for you to see what the team has planned for that game. It's going to be awesome. Blizzard occupies a special place in the gaming industry, for me as well. Throughout Blizzard's history,
So I bought them.
pioneered and refined so much.
I was like, I like this company so much, I think I'll buy
Many
it.
of you here today have been a part of that journey. Think of Diablo. It propelled
That guy's really
the
excited.
action RPG genre forward. StarCraft. Spawned the foundation of what esports
Spawned the
would eventually become.
foundation.
And with StarCraft 2, it was a major catalyst for the evolution of games as live entertainment. World of Warcraft changed not only how people developed and supported games, but really it introduced a much wider audience to the concept of online communities. And Overwatch not only reimagined gameplay, but also the representation possible in class-based shooters. Blizzard's influence is everywhere, and because of its enduring legacy and phenomenal revolutionary development, with a care and a craft that is incredibly rare in this industry. Our commitment at Xbox is to bring more great games to more players in more places. And now that Blizzard is part of Xbox, we will nurture the essence of what has made Blizzard unique. We're going to empower our new colleagues in a culture of trust, inclusion, and collaboration to continue what they do best, redefining existing genres, creating new, never-before-seen experiences, and uniting players globally in new ways, in Azeroth, in Sanctuary, in near-future Earth, and beyond. It has been a privilege to welcome the teams at Blizzard to Xbox, and I'm honored to be able to be here to help welcome all of you to BlizzCon 2023. Having seen what's in store for players, I can say the future of Blizzard is brighter than ever. And you all have so much to look forward to in this show. So I'll get out of here, let you see the show. Thanks, everyone, for the warm reception, and have a great time at Blizzcon. Thank you.
How about that? You know, part of what makes this such an exciting time for Blizzard is that we've never been more empowered, free, and dedicated to holding true to what makes Blizzard unique than we are today. We are accountable for creating this next chapter of Blizzard with all of you. We take this responsibility very seriously as we learn, grow, and get better every day. This is the start of a new era. So much more is possible, and you'll see some of that over the next couple days. Coming up, you'll hear from some new friends and some old friends.
Chris
We're
Metzen.
returning to the BlizzCon stage to show more about the games
Bro,
and the worlds we all
People are going to
love.
explode when they see Chris Metzen on
Before I
stage.
go,
100%,
I want to
dude.
take a moment to thank our Blizzard team.
He's going to cry. He's going to cry. I told you he was going to cry. Look at him. I could tell. There it is. There it is. I was reading his body language like a book. Like
You
a
are
book.
some of the most talented individuals on the planet, and collectively,
Not
we
exactly
are
sure
capable of
why you
building
would
the
be
most
crying, though.
legendary universes in gaming. Our future, our creative freedom.
Like, genuinely,
path
shouldn't you be,
forward
like,
is
happy
truly
if there's that many
our own.
people there? It's so weird.
And I know we all stand together with a singular goal: to exceed player expectations and foster and support each other. Thank you for everything you do.
Blizzard activated the shock belt.
BlizzCon, many of the Blizzard team are here today in Anaheim, working hard to ensure you enjoy your time here. We all love talking to players, so please don't be shy. Come up and chat with us. Finally, on behalf of everyone at Blizzard, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart to our players.
From the
past,
bottom of my
present,
heart.
and future. Thank you for your passion and your honesty. And most importantly, thank you for being part of our communities. This is what BlizzCon is all about. Everything we do is for all of you, and it's an honor to be a part of these worlds with you. Now, welcome to BlizzCon.
You wanted to see if there was more out there. Well, see for yourself.
These cinematics were really good. Like, if you've never watched the Overwatch cinematics, they're fucking top tier. I'll give them that.
I'll see you at the finish line.
Did you really think this would be a fair fight?
Oh my god. That was disgusting. Yo, nerf this!
Mama's got you!
I am him!
I'm in my widow era now. Wow. And you out there, the fans, it's been a joy to share this experience with all of you. Thank you so much.
Come on. It's time I showed you something.
Please welcome Overwatch Game Director, Aaron Keller.
Not Jeff Kaplan.
Hello, Blizzcon! Ever since we first revealed Overwatch in 2014,
We're really going to
you have
open
grown
with
this
like one of their
universe into
weakest
something
franchises right
truly
now.
Unique and beautiful. Every single day, we see millions of players jumping into matches, forging new friendships, and showing
Do you
off their
really?
skills.
Millions
We launched
of
Overwatch 2
players
last
every single
October,
day?
and it has been such an incredible year.
I don't know about
Since
that.
then, you've been crushed by Diva's mech over 26 million times, had more than 79 million lives saved by Baptiste, and played 65 years worth of prop hunt. I love prop hunt. The development of Overwatch is first and foremost focused on you, our players. We want our game to represent this global.
By the way, team, if you're enjoying the
from
stream, do
release
hit the
of our
like button. It
Samoa
helps
map
out immensely. Thank
to our
you.
celebration of pride, to our first tie-in Peruvian heroes, Lifeweaver and Alari. We also want Overwatch to recognize those focused on achievement and prowess, and released our new progression system and the first set of Hero Mastery courses this year. And for those that just want something a little different, we've run April Fools and released a dating sim, an actual dating sim, Loverwatch. Listening to your feedback is important to us, and it's driven the team to look at changes to some of the core systems of the game. We've been hard at work on an overhaul of our competitive system, and we'll get into that a bit today and a bunch more over the course of BlizzCon. And there is so much more to come. We'd like to give you all a glimpse at as much as we're able to show you coming next year. And boy, do we have some fun things to talk about. So let's get into it. To share our first big announcement, I am honored to introduce the art director of Overwatch, Dion Rogers.
I'm putting up a poll in the chat.
Wow. Sorry, I'm a bit excited. The energy is awesome in here. You know, Aaron and I have been working on this universe since before Overwatch had a name. Working together with an incredible team back at Blizzard. Many are with us today at BlizzCon. Creating such an incredible game with so many amazing people and seeing what it means to you all, it's meant everything to us.
Damn.
And out of all the things we work on, one of our favorites is to create new heroes.
That is harsh. So, like, listen, for those of you
know,
watching the
Overwatch is
VOD
full of
later,
big personalities, and it takes a special individual to really stand out. And the team has been working hard to make sure no one could predict who this next hero is. We haven't leaked any articles. We haven't leaked a spray or two. And we've left 0 hints, especially not in our recent Samoa map. Now, who's ready to meet the newest hero?
Sorry to keep you all waiting. But now that I'm here, let's have some fun. Yep, that's my name all right. And this right here is Gunny. And she can light up the whole dance floor. And this one's Cha-Cha. He's a sensitive little fella, a real hothead. And when I fire them both, it's double trouble. Actual gameplay footage. Going so soon, I'm gonna miss ya. Don't tell me that's it. Both hearts pumping. I got your back. For now. Here I come. Says say quick kicky. We got him where we want him.
Why wouldn't people just turn around and kill him?
Unbelievable.
Why wouldn't people just turn around and kill him, though? Like, you see how everybody's, like, running around in circles? You just turn around and kill him.
That's awesome. I love that trailer. We had a lot of fun working on it. It's amazing to finally announce Malga. He was first introduced, you guys know, 4 years ago in a short story, and he's been the subject of a lot of fun theories. Ever since that first introduction, fans have been asking when he may become a playable hero. We're excited. We finally have our first Samoan hero. Malga, his name, it means mountain in Samoan. He portrays himself as this big, loud brute. However, this is just a facade. He's a cunning tactician, always one step ahead of his enemies. One of the core goals whenever we make an Overwatch character is that people see themselves in our heroes. We're always striving for greater authenticity and representation with each hero. And with Malga, we got a lot of help, actually. Even his tattoo was created by an amazing Samoan tattoo artist named C.E. Lufau. Malga's super fun. Thank you. It was awesome. Malga's super fun to play. He's easy to learn, hard to master, with what I like to call a brutal but cunning play style. We hope you love him as much as we do. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Join us later today for a Malga Deep Dive panel taking place here at the Blizzcon Arena and online for people at home. We'll talk with the team that helped create Malga and also how to best utilize his amazing abilities when he joins Overwatch in Season 8. Finally, we know Malga's gonna be pretty awesome when he joins competitive play. But before then, some of the best players in the world are competing in this weekend's Overwatch World Cup. Let's check it out.
Legacy. A legacy is forever. All year long, teams around the world have battled, chasing glory, hoping to etch their homeland in the history books.
That is insane! He's still fragging like a madman!
And it's a 5-man rampage!
Oh, what? What?
Oh, here we go!
They've tasted victory, they've overcome defeat, and all along, the hopes of their fans have lifted them up.
Absolutely beautiful!
And now, at long last, the Overwatch World Cup finals are here. And for the first time in 4 years, we're all together once more, back to where it all began. Each team can see their name on the championship trophy. The community has rallied behind them, and the wait is finally over.
I've missed you dearly!
The Overwatch World Cup finals start now.
Please
Okay.
welcome Overwatch esports host, Zoe Gschwind.
Wow, fantastic to see all those memories on the big screen. And we're here to make some more. What's up, BlizzCon? It's so great to be back here after 4 years with the Overwatch World Cup. This event has always been such a special event because it truly serves as a worldwide tribute to the beautiful and diverse Overwatch community. This weekend, we get to celebrate teams and players from around the world, each with their unique takes on the playstyles, their different personalities. We're gonna see different metas emerge even. It's just very exciting to see familiar faces, big household names in the competitive Overwatch scene take the stage, form those star-studded lineups, Fearless, Super, Gushue, and the likes. But each year, we also get to witness new players emerging onto the scene, taking the spotlight. It truly is a special event for a special community, and I'm very honored and truly happy to be part of it all. Now I know that all of you here in Anaheim and everyone watching at home is joining us from all over the world. As you can see, so are our players. Among them, a former 3-time World Cup champions, Team South Korea, and the only team that managed thus far to stop their reign, and that is the United States of America.
Is the Spanish team any good?
Well, I tell you, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. If you watch the group stages and if you watch the first game today, tough competition ahead for Team USA. And if you want to find out if one of our former champions will remain victorious or if one of the other 6 teams will seize their inaugural season title, make sure to join us. Not only will you be treated to fantastic gameplay, of course, no, you will also earn special drops all weekend long on the Play Overwatch Twitch channel. Now, we have a lot of amazing Overwatch 2 action on the horizon and so much to play.
How long is the opening ceremony? Because they've dedicated over half an hour to Overwatch.
Directly by all of you, our passionate and amazing fans. Yeah,
that means they're probably going to finish with World of Warcraft and announcing the new expansion. That would be my prediction. Either the new expansion or the thing that people want, which is Classic Plus. But that's what people want, so they're probably not going to give it. Close to 2 hours? So you get half an hour of Overwatch, half an hour of Diablo, no, because you're not going to get StarCraft.
Once again, thank you so much.
You're definitely not going to get StarCraft. You think they're going to announce a new StarCraft? There's no way. There's no way they announced StarCraft 3.
We will be crowning the 2023 Overwatch World Cup champions, and you can catch all the matches.
And they managed to announce a new hero within those 30 minutes. Yeah, they're trying to sell people on Overwatch League, but I don't think anybody cares.
As well. And now, please welcome back Aaron with a few more things to share on the game side.
What? Really?
Thank you, Zoe. Mauga is awesome. And the World Cup matches all weekend will be so much fun. But Overwatch has another thing happening here at Blizzcon.
You think they're going to talk about Warcraft Rumble?
The new limited time game mode.
The hell's this?
And special skins as part of an exciting collaboration with Le Seraphim, one of the biggest K-pop groups in the world. Everyone can jump in game right now to take part, as well as check out their brand new music video for Perfect Night. And in honor of this collaboration, Le Seraphim will take the stage and perform in the arena tomorrow after the community night ends around 6 p.m. Pacific. Working on partnerships like this, or what we did with One Punch Man earlier this year, are incredibly fun. Yes. They provide us, both the dev team and you, the players, a chance to experience some of our favorite universes and artists through the unique style of Overwatch. And next year, we have even more of these for you all to geek out about. Sadly, we can't reveal what those are all just yet, but maybe there are some other things coming in 2024 that we could give you a hint about. The Overwatch team has never had such clarity of vision when it comes to the future. From direct feedback, what you love and want us to focus on. So, who wants to see a few of the things we're working on for next year?
We know exactly how we're going to put this game in the ground.
PvP game mode, Clash. In this new competitive mode, there are 5 points positioned in a row. The center point starts as the first objective, and the teams battle back and forth over the map, pushing into enemy territory or defending their own. Once a team captures all 5 points or reaches the maximum score, they win.
Oh my God.
Our initial Clash map is a tribute to a location we showed at Overwatch's first BlizzCon. And it's one of my personal favorites. They say cherry blossoms are a sign of rebirth and rejuvenation.
Are they bringing this map back?
In 2024, a rebirth of one of the original Overwatch maps is in order.
Guys,
With
listen to how excited everybody is for a map that's already done.
with the new Hanamura
This map was done in 2017, bro.
Additionally,
God,
we are working on overhauls to some of our most important
Oh my God.
Overwatch is a highly competitive game, and in early 2024, we'll release a reworked version of our competitive system with all new competitive rewards. And with seasons, one of the team's goals has been to create themes that speak to so many of the cool and awesome things that we all love. Next year, you'll experience Eldritch Horror, Egyptian mythology, witches, and even a mirror universe where heroes become villains and villains become heroes. And of course, Overwatch is nothing without its heroes. Mauga is the 39th hero in Overwatch, and in 2024, we'll be releasing 3 more, and we want to give you a glimpse of 2 of them. A new damage hero, Venture, is coming in Season 10, and a support currently codenamed Space Ranger in Season 12. And this is just scratching the surface of everything we have in the works. Join us tomorrow here and online, where we go in depth on all of this in our What's Next panel. It will have more information on Clash, the reworked competitive system, a closer look at Space Ranger, even early gameplay footage of Venture, and so much more. And lastly, for the first time ever during a BlizzCon, not only is our next hero playable in the Overwatch Hall here in Anaheim, but all of you at home can play Mauga all weekend in-game, including...
And then you can give us money for him.
After the BlizzCon opening ceremony concludes.
And then you can give us money.
We know you'll love him just as much as we do. Thank you all. We'll see you in game.
Was that a threat?
By the blood of the
Diablo time.
we call thee home.
Oh, we took down a 100. Let's go, baby. High Priest, kill the High Priest. Yes, yes.
Dude, I am shaking so hard.
Congratulations, the game is out.
Oh, I'm pumped for Diablo IV. I think it's gonna be the best.
What if you guys play it right now?
Hell yeah, really?
Yeah. I will cry. That would be amazing.
This is awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
Go!
Run!
We really are doubling down on this idea that you can look the way you want, you can play the way you want, you can really make your own fantasy in this game.
She looks like me.
The way he comes in is crazy. Oh my god, the butcher. Boy. Instantly died.
They revived me.
I'm gonna find some demons and I'm gonna shove my green foot right up there.
Yeah, let's go.
Level 100!
There are literally like goosebumps.
Go down a bit more, go down a bit more, go down a bit more. You got her. Yes, let's go.
Will you fight the darkness?
Break the chains and be beautiful in sin.
Hail Lilith. Blessed Mother.
You can pet the dogs, by the way.
Please welcome the General Manager of Diablo, Rod Ferguson.
I want my refund, Rod.
How's everybody doing? Having fun? This feels amazing. So glad you're here. And I'm so happy the people at home are here as well. You know, watching that was such a great reminder of what a fantastic community we have and what an exciting year it's been. Now, you might have missed it, but in there was a clip of a blind gamer, Tylenif, defeating our hardest boss, Uber Lilith. Now, we strive to make Diablo as approachable and as accessible as possible, and watching clips like that make me and the team extremely proud. And of course, I love the tattoos. You know, I still can't believe over 1,000 people got permanent Diablo tattoos at our
Me neither.
event, including me. And so, you know, Necromain for life.
No,
So,
they
you know,
never
we
did that,
talk a lot
Matthew.
about the
Not
last
for me
Blizzcon
nor
4
anybody
years
else.
ago, and back then, you know, the Diablo community was hungry for even more experiences in that dark, gothic place caught between the high heavens and the burning hells, a little place we call Sanctuary. And in that time, I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best developers in the industry, people who love Diablo as much as the rest of us. And it was their passion and dedication to this universe that released a great new Diablo game every year for the last 3 years. Diablo II Resurrected brought the return of the classic that helped define the genre. Remastered. I love Diablo 2. So it was remastered for a new generation now for PC and console. And Diablo Immortal brought Sanctuary to mobile for the first time, bringing millions of new players into our universe. In fact, you might not know this, but 60% of Diablo Immortal players have never played a Diablo game before. So we really welcome them to our universe. And then, of course, there's Diablo IV. Now, it was that kind of excitement that made it the biggest launch in Blizzard's history. And it means so much to the team to see how you've embraced it. You know, we've played
people
over
cheer for Diablo
1.5
more.
billion hours together so far. And it's your love for the game that drives us. Thanks to you, we've made a lot of changes over the last 5 months. In fact, our patch notes for Season of Blood, our second season, were over 14,000 words long, because that is how much our community has influenced.
Because
and will
that's how
continue to
broken our game is.
And if you haven't yet made it, you know, made that leap to the darkest Diablo story ever told, now is the perfect time to pick your class, build your character, join Phil Spencer, and see what the hell it's all about. And with that, I'd like to introduce Diablo 4's 2 production directors. They help lead the teams who are building everything we do today and everything moving forward. Please welcome Tiffany Watt and Chris Wilson.
Thanks, Rod. Hey, BlizzCon. The last time I was on stage, I was helping to announce Diablo 4. To be here today with all of you is so awesome.
The launch was incredible. We're really excited to be here today to share what's coming next. But first, let's highlight some of the player feedback that's in Season of Blood today. So many of you have told us that you wanted more in-game activities. So we've given you a couple this season. One now, and another coming early next month. Right now is our new boss ladder. This is a series of additional boss fights.
We've given you a couple of features. One now,
That will also see the return of our
next
kind of
month.
gross but farmable and rewarding friend Duriel, who you can go after for uniques that everybody's been sieging for. And with those new bosses dropping both uniques and uber uniques at a much higher rate, and even dropping some special cosmetics, you're going to want to make your way to level 100 so you can fight them all. So in the Season of Blood, we've rebalanced the end game, letting you get to level 100 about 40% faster than in Season 1.
We realized too many of you were
I've been taking
leaving,
advantage of that
so
experience boost, and I have 2 characters in Season 2 already. Of course, all that leveling is about getting that amazing loot. So we've also changed how item power works. We've raised the power cap, and it's now more closely tied to the level of monster you defeat to get it. The more challenging the fight, the better the loot. There's still lots of work to be done with reworking itemization. In fact, it's one of our highest priorities. But this,
almost as if we
along with
weren't
upgrades
ready
to
to
some of our
release the
unique
game.
items, is a great first step. So please keep that feedback coming. Now let's talk about quality of life. Here's a few improvements that came directly from you. All of your renown rewards now carry over season to season and from the Eternal Realm.
Dude! Oh my God!
Additional character slots. We added 2 this season, so you can create even more characters and try different builds.
How many times did we say this during beta? Renown should carry over. How many times? And they're like, no, fuck you, do it like we want. It's always the same thing,
now
dude.
Possible, and your stash is now available in every town in Sanctuary. World bosses appear almost twice as often, so you can die almost twice as often. And we've also freed up some inventory space by making gems a crafting material to make even more room for those uber uniques.
Look at the amount of cheering for something that should have been in the game from release.
But we're not done with Season of Blood yet.
In fact, starting next week, we'll introduce 5 unique class-specific rings that will let you relive some of the fun from Season of the Malignant. That's right, Necromancers. Once again, corpses will automatically do your bidding just by being in your presence. Then on December 5th, we'll also be adding an enchanting preview to the Occultist. So this will allow you to see which affixes are possible before you spend your hard-earned gold. It's just another way to give you even more control over making just the right build for the challenge at hand. Also on December 5th, as promised, we'll have another exciting new in-game activity, a 6-week event called Abattoir of Zir. It's a highly replayable pinnacle experience designed for players who have reached level 100, slain Uber Duriel, and mastered all of the other challenges that Season of Blood has to offer. Those who survive will attain a paragon glyph constructed of the Vampire Lord's very own blood. But beware, Abattoir of Zir starts difficult and only gets harder. And of course, as we near the end of Season of Blood, it'll be holiday time, not only here, but in Sanctuary as well. Our first ever holiday event, Midwinter Blight, starts on December 12th. For 3 weeks, we're going to transform the Fractured Peaks into a winter terrorland, and it'll bring a whole new meaning to the word sleigh ride. Yeah. And be sure to keep your eyes peeled for a mysterious red-cloaked terror.
Nothing is as terrifying as Chris's
Santa
fun,
Claus
so
is coming
sure
to town.
Check out Midwinter Blight. From there, we are on to Season 3. We can't go into too much detail now, but with the endgame being so important, let's talk about leaderboards. We're creating a whole new type of weekly challenge dungeon called the Gauntlet, where the heroes of Sanctuary can compete for their class ranking against their friends, their clan, or anyone in the world. Watch out, Mike Ibarra, I am coming for you. At the end of each week, the heroes with the highest rank will be added to the Seasonal Hall of Ancients, where their name and build will live on. So, that's a quick look at where we are today. And while the live game is our #1 priority right now, we have a separate Diablo IV team that's been working hard on our next chapter.
Here we go.
How about a little teaser?
Yeah. Go on. Tell us about the expansion.
Early, but as we look to expand on the story we started in Diablo IV, we're going to take you somewhere even darker, where hatred's influence continues to consume Sanctuary.
Mephisto, final boss, probably.
We have each played a part in what has happened here. You abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes, I grow stronger. There will be no salvation in the light.
The Vessel of Hatred. Late 2024.
Vessel of Hatred is Diablo IV's first expansion. Its campaign will continue the dark tale that began in Diablo IV as we learn the fate of the prime evil Mephisto and his demonic plans for Sanctuary. To do that, we'll be visiting a region new to Diablo IV and a fan favorite from Diablo II. The lush jungles known to outsiders as Torajan, but known by the locals as Nahantu. With this new story set in a mysterious new region comes new ways to play, new evils to vanquish, and, of course, a completely new class never seen before in the Diablo universe.
Is it the spear guy? I think it's been leaked. It's some spear character.
Vessel of Hatred releases late next year, and we cannot wait to share more about it this summer.
Now, before we leave, we want you to know that it's your passion that drives us. Your feedback will continue to help us evolve and improve the Diablo IV experience for years to come. We couldn't be more excited about our future, and we hope that you are too. Our team has put in a lot of hard work, and we love seeing your love for this game. So please join us tomorrow. We have a special Diablo IV Campfire panel where we'll be sharing more details about the expansion, deeper dive on some of the upcoming game changes, and we'll also have a special Q&A session to close it out. So enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, and we'll see you in Sanctuary.
No, you won't. Unless it's in Diablo 2. I do miss playing Diablo 2. Here we go. World of Warcraft.
Go buy World of Warcraft, install it on your computer, and join the online sensation before we all murder you. All right then.
Welcome to the World of Warcraft.
I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman.
I'm Mr. T, and this is my night elf Mohawk.
I'm a night elf Mohawk.
Shut up, fool!
This role-playing game where heroes like Leroy Jenkins do battle.
Leroy Jenkins!
That would be the World of Warcraft.
You're a player in the NFL, but what you're most proud of is that you've rated third nationally in dungeon progression.
I mean, it was perfect! That was fire. For the Alliance! For
Wait, they said for the Alliance before for the Horde. What the fuck? I lost. They said for the Alliance before they said for the Horde. I can't believe that. There's no way. Well, that was in the trailer.
Manager of Warcraft.
That was in the trailer, and here he's gonna do it the other way around. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see it's gonna go the other way around. Watch. Here it comes.
And thank you. And we are ready to work. Anybody here for Warcraft today? Yeah!
Ready to work.
Big shout out
Job's
to the Warcraft
done.
teams. They are so happy to be here today. We have so much cool stuff to show you. So give it up for my Warcraft teams. Can you believe that almost 30 years ago, a dispute between orcs and humans led to one of the longest running fantasy adventures in video game history? Right? Generations of players have called Azeroth home. Teenagers that first played Warcraft when it was released, I know you're out there, are now parents. Right? Raising new heroes to take on the raids and battlegrounds of this timeless adventure.
It's those shared stories of Azeroth, both in-game and out, that make up this universe. Today is a great day for Warcraft. This is the beginning of a bold new chapter that will take us through the next 3 decades and beyond.
Whoa! My man's got plans for 30 years?
Games to entertain you, we welcome everyone to find your community.
There it is. There it is.
Okay, Alliance. Just practice. We're going to give you a chance to do it a little louder later. Throughout the taverns of Azeroth, tall tales of adventure are retold through the whimsical and clever card play of Hearthstone.
Okay, so in the Warcraft segment, they're talking about all the Warcraft.
I like to imagine humans and orcs getting together, showing off their collections, and boasting of their deeds. But in the basements of those same taverns, they're playing a new game, Warcraft Rumble. Yeah.
This game actually makes me sad.
Me too.
If they destroyed one of my favorite things about Warcraft, which was the art style. The art style of Warcraft Rumble is fucking garbage.
WoW immerses us into Azeroth, where we are the champions, fighting alongside each other in shared adventure. Almost 20 years ago, WoW revolutionized online communities and reimagined the enduring entertainment of massively multiplayer gaming. The very first Blizzcon was introduced our first expansion, so it's only fitting that we're here today to lay the foundation for WoW's future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it the Emerald Dream or something?
Azeroth is a home we can always escape to. A home that is always waiting
For
us.
$15 a month.
Together, we build this universe. Our teams craft the worlds and the adventures, but it is all of you who bring it to life. You are the heartbeat of the brand new adventures that are about to unfold. From all of us on the Warcraft teams here at Blizzard Entertainment, thank you.
Please welcome from Hearthstone, lead designer Cora Georgiou.
Hearthstone, Giga Pay to Win.
Hello, BlizzCon. Well, I have a pretty good view from up here. It's really nice to see you all. We are thrilled to soon be celebrating Hearthstone's 10th anniversary.
Wow, really? It's been 10 years since Hearthstone came
I'm
out?
getting old. It's a decade of telling tales around Azeroth with all of you. Whether you aspire to climb the ladder to legend, enjoy brawling with friends in
Ain't
the
that pay to win, to be
battlegrounds,
honest? Bloodseeker, please. No. I'm not.
maybe you've just
no.
listened to the 10-hour
bro,
version of
stop.
the Saviors of Uldum theme song. Thank you all for being a part of
Here,
our
we'll ask chat.
bustling tavern.
We'll ask chat, okay?
We invite
It'll be
players
fair.
both old and new to join
I
us
love democracy.
for our 10th anniversary next March. But we have so much to enjoy before then, so let's talk about what's happening right now in Hearthstone and in Battlegrounds. We're setting the stage for a standoff in Hearthstone's upcoming expansion, Showdown in the Badlands, which takes place in Azeroth's Wild West.
I just want to point out for the people that don't get the chat
strangers
experience.
will cross paths.
Here's how it panned out.
And a Lone Ranger. Though they may not know it now, Together, they are destined for a grand adventure.
Okay, dude. Sorry. I didn't mean to so thoroughly crush you.
In the beginning, I was all alone. Trying my best.
I love
to
the
do
art
some
style, though.
good out there.
It's a beautiful... See, Hearthstone has a beautiful art style, whereas Warcraft Rumble's art style is fucking terrible.
Would change.
Like, look at this. This is really good. I don't even like the game, but I love the way that this looks.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Like, look at that.
They knew the townsfolk were up to something sinister.
Let's move! Right behind you!
And it was like a powder keg waiting to explode.
You no take candle.
We did it! No.
Oh, nuts. As it turned out, I had the right backup waiting for me. Just when I needed it.
Let's do this.
You got it, partner.
I didn't intentionally pursue leadership.
I'm gonna punch ya!
Candle mudslider.
Sleeping like a rock.
Let's show these fine folks some Badlands hospitality.
Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
That's right. Our beloved Reno Jackson and Elise Starseeker are getting an origin tale. They'll work together to save the Badlands from the Bloodrock Town's nefarious mining operation. Singleton decks are returning with cards like Reno
What's a
Lone
Singleton deck?
Ranger, Hearthstone's first ever neutral hero card. We'll talk more about him at the What's Next panel later today, where we'll also be revealing a motherlode of exciting new cards. You can get your hands on them and more when Showdown in the Badlands releases on November 14th.
Okay.
Now, I know you may be thinking, a new expansion. That's a lot of new cards, on top of 5 sets that are already in the standard rotation. And if you're a new player or you're coming back after a break,
Yes.
that can be a little overwhelming.
Yes. Tell me about the
So we have
solution.
been hard at work to make it easier than ever to join us.
Okay.
We're excited to announce catch-up packs. These are game-changing for getting your collection caught up. You see what we did there? Instead of the typical 5 cards you'd find in a regular Hearthstone card pack, you can get up to 50 cards from a single catch-up pack.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is it Gamba? It's random, isn't it? You can get 5 or you can get 50.
From within the last 2 years, ready to play and constructed. All of our players are going to get catch-up packs to open once you log in, and for all of you here at BlizzCon in person, or those of you at home who purchased either BlizzCon collection, we're also gifting you a few more packs. For anyone who's been away for a while, all of these packs can add up to hundreds of cards.
This is like... The funny thing is that this is one of those things of first one's free.
In the Badlands.
This is how they get
We
you.
hope to see all of you getting some amazing cards and filling in or beginning your Hearthstone collection on November 14th. All right. I feel like we might have some Battlegrounds fans out here. Yeah. So you might remember then that the last time we were all together at BlizzCon, we unveiled Battlegrounds. What started as an experiment became a huge part of the game and a fun way to play in
I'm
the
really
tavern.
gonna have to get rid of
But
Nightbot
playing
too.
together is what inspired the new mode we're debuting here today. Queuing up as a party for a lobby is great, but ultimately, you play against each other. What if you could actually play teamed up alongside each other?
Co-op mode for
Sounds
Battlegrounds.
fun, doesn't it? We're pleased to announce a truly cooperative way to play. Battlegrounds Duos. With a shared health pool, team combat, and sending cards back and forth between teammates, now you can fight with your friends instead of against them. We were inspired by the Battleground community's creativity, finding ways to team up and help each other achieve top 4. So now we're setting an official table for you and your partner to take the crown together. For those of you here in person, grab a friend or make a new one, because you can try Battlegrounds Duos here at BlizzCon right now at the Hearthstone demo area. We're planning to launch this new way to play for everyone early next year, and you can learn more later today and see the new heroes and minions that make teamwork so fun in Battlegrounds. It makes the dream work. We love teamwork. If you're tuning in at home, please make sure
It's
to
like
join
somebody
us for the What's
said
Next panel.
earlier,
And if
Ruri,
you're
you
here with us
sound
at
bored.
BlizzCon,
Bro,
you can also
the
join
crowd
us
over
and
there
other members of the
sounds
Hearthstone
bored.
team in the tavern. For you worthy
They're
opponents
barely
out there,
reacting to
come
what's
cool
happening
down
on
and challenge
stage.
the Hearthstone team. Or
Like, look at that.
if you want to catch up after 4 years away, pull up a chair by the hearth. We'll see you in the tavern.
Like, look, even the ending thing where people know they're supposed to clap, they're like, This is for Rumble, right? Yeah. God, I can't stand this art style. I really can't. Am I the only one? It makes me so sad because I love the World of Warcraft art style, but this depresses me. This looks nothing like the Wayfinder art style. You're insane. Jaina Proudmoore. Yeah, looks like Clash of Clans.
Please welcome, from Warcraft Rumble, executive producer, Vic Sarath.
You gotta love Anixia. She didn't even use deep breath there. Hello, BlizzCon. Last year, the team and I announced we were working on a brand new Warcraft game. A way to bring Warcraft with you wherever you are and wherever
Yes,
you
it's a mobile game.
And as you just saw, we've had a ton of fun and poured a lot of love into making this game. Warcraft Rumble is an action strategy game with a deep PvE campaign, a dynamic PvP mode, and so much more. It's a game filled with familiar faces. You'll mix and match miniature versions of characters from the Warcraft universe to make your very own army as you take on opponents all over Azeroth. So, if you've ever wanted to see Jaina command an army of Murlocs, or Grom lead a horde of angry chickens, apparently.
Anybody wants a cookie? Here, you guys can have a cookie.
This is your opportunity.
You're here with me, and I appreciate you.
By
Here's a
combining
cookie.
leaders, troops, and spells from 5 families.
Good, good. Yeah, that's
Lions,
it. Eat it, eat it. There you go.
Horde.
There you go.
Beasts.
There you go.
Undead.
I'll give you guys another one in a bit.
And my personal favorite, Blackrock. You'll battle your way through maps inspired by some very familiar locations. You'll fight to control resources, capture towers, and eventually defeat the boss or player at the other end. Speaking of bosses, each one has their own unique mechanics, so you'll have to adapt your strategies to the threats you'll face as you battle through the campaign and beyond. Our goal was to give you everything you love about Warcraft, reimagined with a big dose of what our team calls joyful chaos. When we set out to make this game, we wanted to offer a variety of challenges no matter how you choose to play it, whether it's for 5 minutes at a time or hours on end. And that was something we especially focused on during the beta, to make sure you have something fun to do every time you open up the game. And for those of you that played the beta and gave us your feedback, thank you so much. It's because of your support and the hard work of our team that we feel we got something really, really special on our hands. Now, let's take a look at the result.
You're really gonna give me a copyright claim on fucking Warcraft Rumble? Really? I'm getting a copyright claim because of Warcraft Rumble, bro. Somebody fucking, like, please, help me! Help me!
I gotta admit, it's pretty cool watching that video and just thinking about how far we've come since last year. At this point, we just can't wait for all of you to hop in and play. And I mean, we literally can't wait. That's why we've made Warcraft Rumble available to download and play right now.
Yeah, I know. I just received a press release about it.
This is such a huge moment for us, and we're so all excited to have you join us. And for those of you in the audience with me today, let's bring down the Wi-Fi together.
Okay, I'm shooting Nightbot in the face. That was one ban too many,
I'm
Nightbot.
kidding, right? Please don't bring
You're
down
done.
the Wi-Fi. I'm in a lot of trouble once I get off of here. Whether you're a veteran of Azeroth or just have a deep love for strategy games, there's a lot to enjoy here. We've got a huge campaign with over 70 bosses. And for those of you looking for an especially unique challenge,
Okay, I'm
we
disabling
have
the
a rogue
repetitions
campaign
thing so
with
you
an
can
extra
go
layer
ahead
of
and do it.
difficulty that we cooked up ourselves. We've got maps with verticality, capture points, resources, traps, and all kinds of other contraptions. Each map was lovingly handcrafted by our team and is its own unique puzzle. But how you choose to solve that puzzle is completely up to you. And when you're in the mood for a solo dungeon, we've got you covered there as well. Dungeons in Warcraft Rumble are intense, 3-mission gauntlets through places like Normagon and the Dead Mines, where you equip your armies with game-changing relics until your run is over. Or jump into PvP and duke it out with other players on maps inspired by some of the most legendary maps and battlegrounds found in World of Warcraft. You can even join a guild and work together with your friends towards some super special shared rewards. I can only say... Nice. That's just what we have in the game right now.
I feel like I'm just putting my
much
audience
more
through
coming.
torture at this
For
point.
starters, we're going to be releasing a new
I'm
mini
sorry.
with each season. And that also starts right now.
I feel like
Season
it's just
1,
cruel and
Warcraft Rumble
unusual
is live.
torture.
And the
I'm
latest
so
addition
sorry.
to our growing roster of minis is none other than the Banshee Queen herself, Sylvanas.
Are all BlizzCons this bad? No, they used to be good.
We're also working on even more ways for you to play with or against your friends.
I think they
And
used
that
to be
includes the
good
biggest
right up
challenge
until the
in all of
point
Rumble.
where
Raids.
Blizzard announced Diablo Immortal. After the Diablo Immortal one,
Make
it's
sure
like,
to join our
bleh.
Warcraft Rumblings panel
It's
later
over.
today to hear all about raids and what else we have in store for the future of this game. Now, BlizzCon, before I go, I just wanted to let you know, the team and I, many of whom are here in Anaheim with us right now, we love playing strategy games. And we set out to make a game that harkens back to our RTS roots, where Warcraft began almost 30 years ago.
Wait, don't you fucking dare!
For Warcraft by people
Don't you fucking dare put this next to Warcraft!
There's something for everyone to love in Warcraft Rumble.
You
Thank you so much,
disrespectful
BlizzCon.
fuck!
Enjoy the chaos, and we'll see you in game.
Bro! They went there!
Please welcome executive producer, World of Warcraft.
The absolute disrespect! Jesus fucking Christ, dude! Oh my god!
Wow. What's up, BlizzCon? Oh, I'm so excited to see you all here. This is fantastic.
Bro, that was. Oof.
Well, can you believe we've been playing World of
Eesh,
Warcraft
god
for
damn.
almost 20 years?
That was downright. Like, listen, there's no universe where you're not going to tell me that wasn't disrespectful. That was straight up disrespectful. There's no other words to describe that.
And we raced home to install those WoW discs one by one. Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas,
Arthas!
Thrall,
Gina Sylvanus.
and of course, so many others. And together, we've jumped through the portal into Outland. We
Why are the
sailed
CCs all the way up
to
here?
Northrend, and we watched Sargeras stab the world with that sword.
What sword?
During
Anybody
that
seen a
time,
sword?
Gaming has changed.
I never seen a sword.
And so have we, particularly in the past year. The entire team across both modern and classic have embraced their communities. We are truly listening to your voices and taking action. My friends at BlizzCon, now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones, and double down on why we all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place. With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion.
Here we go. Here we go.
And of course, most of you know that still drives us today. Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore. So, in Hardcore, you only get one life. And if you die, you may laugh, you may cry, you may have to replace a keyboard. But you go again. We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying. And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore early next year.
Seems like her microphone's
and
lower
last
than
month
the
in
other
Wrath
ones.
Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch. And while there's still more to come in Wrath, earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next.
Oh, here we go. This is a good question.
We read through
It better not be Cataclysm.
A lot of your feedback.
It
on
better
social
not be
media forums, and
Cataclysm.
we sent out surveys to our players. And here at BlizzCon, we're happy to announce Cataclysm is coming. And it's coming with hashtag changes based on your feedback, just like you'd expect from Classic. So now, let's jump into the Wayback Machine and get a reminder of all things Cataclysm.
Are you for real? I cannot, bro. I cannot. What? What do you mean? How's it possible that you're doing Cataclysm? It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? That's insane, dude. You guys know that Cataclysm was when I stopped playing World of Warcraft. I'm not even exaggerating. It was literally when I stopped. My biggest break since starting to play World of Warcraft was in Cataclysm. So that means no Classic Plus, right? Because if the Classic team is working on Classic Cataclysm, they're not doing Classic Plus.
Neltharion, it is time to
And the WoW community is in shambles. I can't believe that people actually cheered for this. That's insane.
Deathwing has sundered this world so that its true lore.
Now I understand why they brought in Chris Metzen, is so that he can do Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor Classic. What the fuck does it even mean, Warlords of Draenor Classic, bro? Oh my god. Oh yeah, Classic Shadowlands is gonna be where it's at, boys. I just don't even understand how you can call Cataclysm Classic, because that's literally where Classic stopped.
Deathwing, the destroyer, the end of all things. I am the Cataclysm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in, Ruri? 0. This doesn't pain me.
Get ready, my friends, because I love the passion, by the way. Get ready, my friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year.
There are actually people booing in the crowd. You guys heard that?
Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with
Uh-oh.
a seasonal note and a dash of discovery.
Of course, seasonal.
Season of Discovery is vanilla wow with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Okay, so they did do Classic Plus as well.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer? In Season of Discovery, you can.
What?
The season is going to launch with an initial level cap of 25. And when you hit that max level, you'll be met with the brand new level 25 endgame. You'll discover a brand new 10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined bosses, mechanics, and of course,
See,
rewards.
now this actually sounds good.
Then, after a couple
This
of months,
actually
we'll
sounds
a
good.
bit, you'll find even more endgame content, and so it will go. If you're
See,
here at
this is
BlizzCon
like
to
the
play
best
Black
thing
Fathom
I've
Deeps
heard
raid
for
of
World of Warcraft since ever. Well, not since ever. Probably since like Wrath of the Lich King.
So, if
This
you
might be
love
the
Classic
best
or
thing I've ever heard for
intrigued
World of
about
Warcraft.
What exactly a warlock tank can do? Go check it out. For
When's
all of
this
you
coming
watching
out?
online, don't worry. You won't have to wait long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing. WoW
What?
Classic Season of Discovery launches in a few short weeks on November 30th.
No public testing?
For more information on the Season of Discovery and Cataclysm, don't miss the classic panel this afternoon.
Season of
All right,
Discovery
now
is
it's
literally
time to
the
talk to
best
my
thing
Dragon
they've ever
Riders.
announced for World of Warcraft.
Our team remains committed to giving you meaningful game updates about every 8 weeks with more content sprinkled in between. We really want Azeroth to feel alive and the home you want to come back to no matter how you play. Our next major update, Guardians of the Dream, is going live in just 5 days. I want to give a shout out to my elves. It is finally our time. 1 week later, Season 3 will start with the last raid of the expansion, Amirdrasil, the Dream's Hope. There we will have our final showdown with Farak and defend our new world tree. But fear not, that's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles. There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story and the bridge to our next one. Like I said earlier, we are evolving. We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters. BlizzCon, it's time for a new adventure, one that has grown from the very seeds of what captured our hearts when we first set foot in Azeroth. For veteran players, the last 20 years have led us to this. And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time. And who better to talk about the first step in this journey?
Here it comes. I told you guys the crowd was going to go insane. It's Chris Metzen.
Than someone who carved the path in the first place. Everyone, please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe, Chris Metzen.
This is the only time the crowd's actually going insane.
What up, BlizzCon?
The only person that knows how to speak to the fucking crowd. Told you, Horde first.
Alliance!
Motherfucking Chris Metzen.
As one! Holy smokes, thank you. Thank you. It is, thank you guys. It has been a long, strange trip to get back to this spot, I tell you that. It has been interesting this past year being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One, I love Warcraft. Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be back and part of this Blizzard family again. As Holly said a bit ago, next year is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. I can't even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning?
Not me. I only joined in like 2006, 2007, right before Burning Crusade.
So given that, what was that? Doesn't matter. We started thinking, so what next, right? What expansion hook, what single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion? We started thinking about, well, I did, the good old days, right?
God damn it,
And
don't you fucking do
early
it, Chris.
mythic ideas that kind of established the background.
Don't do me dirty like this, Chris.
Started thinking about even some of the newer ideas.
Don't
that
you
have played
dare.
out more recently, but still in a way feel a little unresolved. And in the mix of all that stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years?
Why you gotta make fun of dwarves, bro?
That he came to warn us about in Battle for Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is there potentially something darker?
Don't make fun of
Still
Magni,
moving
man.
on
That's
the
messed up.
I don't know.
What I want to know is where's Bran?
Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void? Talk to me, Blizzcon. I'll tell you what, for nothing, my pally Maine, I'm all in on that kind of thing if it happens. It's gonna happen. And really the big question for all the marbles, what have the Titans actually been doing since the dawn of civilization?
Fuck all.
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet? Do we know everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world? Just saying. BlizzCon. All of these hooks. And 100 more. 68. Carry the 2. A bunch more. All cooking in the pot. Started to reveal a storyline. Something epic. How epic? Real epic. A storyline that in almost every way feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling. A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing that will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure.
God damn it. I hate you, Chris.
Blizzcon.
I hate you so much. Stop. Guys, somebody stop this fucking stream. God damn it.
The Worldsoul Saga. The Worldsoul Saga is so epic, as we covered. It cannot be contained within any single expansion. It is built to play out over multiple expansions over the next few years.
See, now you lost me.
Come on now.
Nah. See, he's really good at hyping us up, but I see through your bullshit.
We are working on multiple ways to deliver this adventure to you
bro.
a little faster.
It needs multiple expansions. Of course it needs multiple expansions, because we, you know,
at this BlizzCon, forgive me.
Bro.
But keep your ears peeled. I assure you, we are moving with purpose. And the last thing we really want is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So
you completely lost me when you said it needs to be over several expansions. No, unless it's a new game.
Also, given the scale of this monster, we have decided to change it up today. Here we go.
Wait, what?
Dun, 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 dun. Instead of just debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome, we have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
What?
Does this meet with your approval, BlizzCon? My friends, I'm going to warn you, there may be mild spoilers ahead. Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up. Are you ready, BlizzCon? The first part of the Worldsoul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft, The War Within. In this chapter, you will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself, exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Arclight.
All right. That's good.
But as the forces of darkness close in around,
You want to know why it's good? No, wait. Let's hear him out.
You, yeah, that's you, will be called to do what you always do, which is dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming. Talk to me, Blizzcon.
I'll tell you what, bringing Chris out here for this it's like the most brilliant marketing move ever.
The second part of the Worldsoul Saga.
Like, Blizzard stocks are rising right now.
Warcraft Midnight. In this chapter, you will be returning, ready, to the old world, to the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas. There, the forces of the Void have invaded Azeroth, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness and fear. You will not only help reunify the scattered elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever. Of course, BlizzCon, it is Azeroth.
things may not go to plan. Things may just spiral wildly out of control, leading us to the third part of the Worldsoul Saga. World of Warcraft, the last Titan.
Which is Azeroth.
In this chapter,
So that means that in
be
midnight,
returning
supposedly
to
all
the
the other
old world.
Titans will die.
This time, to the wintry lands of Northrend.
Ooh, I hate you!
You will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth. And there, you will uncover a vast conspiracy. One that stretches throughout the history of the world. One that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions, and the true nature of Azeroth itself. In time, my friend, in time. And it's called Silithus. There you go. Blizzcon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling, we ain't screwing around. We are playing for all the marbles. We are working
hate
to
you
establish
so much,
a thundering
dude.
heartbeat for this franchise.
God damn.
Now,
The dude could sell condoms to a nun. He could! That's why I hate him! Chris, stop! Fuck!
now, BlizzCon.
He's actually getting me hyped about fucking World of Warcraft of all things. I hate
Always
you,
wanted to say
Chris. God
Thank you.
damn.
Whether you are a current player, and I'm going to bet that most of you are, or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago.
Now he's gonna make this sell directly to
Now
me. Watch.
is the time to come home.
Fuck you, dude. Oh God, I hate him so
Now is
much.
the time to
God!
pull on the boots, pick up your broadsword,
No!
and your favorite glowy staff, and get in this fight.
Nah.
Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever.
No.
Now,
No, it doesn't. It's a lie. Don't believe him.
in a few moments, we are going to give you a deeper look at the war within. But before we do that, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. I want to remind you all that sometimes very epic things can begin with small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments. And with that,
God, he's such a good salesman. God damn.
proud defenders of Azeroth,
He's such a good salesman, dude.
let the Worldsoul
God, I hate
Saga
him.
begin.
I hate you so much, Chris. God damn it. Anduin, who's supposedly still in the Shadowlands. I guess he's not in the Shadowlands anymore. Holy shit. Anduin's gotten old. Anduin became Chris Hemsworth. Thrall?
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time
by itself.
By the way, Thrall voiced by Chris Metzen.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I am not that person anymore. I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
I guess we're not ignoring that sword anymore.
What sword? Did you guys see a sword?
I do have to say, though, every time I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times, it gets me right in my heart. It feels like a new beginning, and it feels like coming home.
Yeah, that's
we are
exactly
so
the type of
excited about where we are going.
That's the type of feeling they want to get out of
Now that
us.
you've seen or heard the overview for the Worldsoul Saga, let's talk about the war within. As we all gather and explore beneath the surface, we'll find an ancient Nerubian civilization. They will be led by someone we were first introduced to in Legion, Xal'atath, a harbinger of the Void. The Void brings destruction and darkness that threatens all light in our world. The last time we saw Xal'atath, she promised we would meet again, and it turns out she was right. And while Anduin, Thrall, and others share the same visions emanating from the heart of the world, some are seeing something quite different.
My visions. are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow taunting me from below. The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
You wanna know the funny thing? This trailer did nothing for me.
In the war within,
Actually nothing. As a matter of fact, it damaged.
We will have challenging dungeons and raids and some new features.
I'd be more excited if they hadn't shown the trailer.
If you like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family, we have delves. These are a variety of bite-sized.
I just lost all that, like all of those things that Chris Metzen built up. They came crumbling down, just like that.
In your delve, a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside you. And if you're like me and you have an obsession with alts, we have warbands. With this feature, you could treat all of your characters like family and share banks, reputations, transmogs,
Wait, share reputations?
We're also introducing a new layer of customization for your class specs with hero talents. You might want to take your character down the path of a Dark Ranger, let's say, or a Farseer, and more. Also, during your travels underground, you will meet the Earthen Dwarves, and you'll be able to unlock them as our new allied race. I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf? The facial hair options are spectacular. There's so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel that's coming up right after the opening ceremony right here. What I can tell you, though, is that the call to get into the fight to save our world will ring out when The War Within releases next year. And lastly, I sincerely want to say, we are so excited to begin this new journey with you. And from our hearts to yours, thank you for bringing our world to life. And now, with his own note of thanks, Mike Ibarra.
Thank you to all the teams who presented today. There really is so much to look forward over the next 2 days. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to walk the halls of all of Anaheim with all of you. It is truly a joy to be here with the Blizzard team and our players. Blizzcon, be great to each other and enjoy the show.
God damn. That Chris Metzen panel though. That Chris Metzen panel though, dude. Holy shit. Metzen's got like mind control powers. I swear to fucking God, dude. How did this man get me hyped about World of Warcraft in 2023? Jesus Christ.
How are your dreams?
He's a Sith. He is. Chris Metzen is a goddamn Sith Lord, dude.
Game life.
What the hell? He's like Jedi mind tricking me, dude.
HTC Vive Mars. Virtual production made simple.
The only thing that was good in this whole presentation was Chris Metzen. That was the only thing.
Check out MSI's wide array of monitors from Nobel Prize winning quantum dot
God damn. I wish I could speak like Chris Metzen and convince people of anything I wanted. Season of Discovery was interesting, Spyfire. I agree with that. Season of Discovery also sounded interesting. I want to watch... If the World of Warcraft panel is now, I want to watch that. I want to actually watch the World of Warcraft panel. He gets you because you're a fan, I think, because he did nothing to me. I mean, yeah, I mean, I've played, you guys need to understand, there was a part of my life where I played no video games but World of Warcraft. Like, that was it. I'm going to lower the volume here because I just want to chat for a bit. It's like, all I did, let me, let's just go to, let me actually mute this until they come back. And we can do... Give me a second. But it's like, yeah, so... Actually, that's a lie. I laughed the whole time. Okay. Because the thing is, you guys need to understand, right? That was a time in my life where I played nothing but World of Warcraft. And because when World of Warcraft was announced, I wanted to play World of Warcraft and I couldn't because I didn't have a job. I was not financially independent. So, you know, I remember going up to my parents and just going like, hey, I want to buy this game so that I can play it. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, but we have to pay for it every month. And my father looks at me like, pay for it every month. That's a good joke. That's a nice, you got jokes. My man's got jokes. So, yeah. So what I did was I played Guild Wars. The original, not Guild Wars 2, the original Guild Wars for the longest time because that one was free. I mean, not free. You bought the game and then you didn't have to pay a monthly fee. And the original Guild Wars is amazing. But then eventually when I got a job, the first thing that I did was like, I'm going to play World of Warcraft. You only live once. And I've been wanting to play this game since forever. And I played that game nonstop until... I don't know, until a couple of months into Cataclysm. And that's when I realized that I just wasn't having fun. It was insane. World of Warcraft would be great. I just don't know what they're doing. Yeah, dude. Shadowlands ruined too many of us. Dude, Shadowlands... There's no other way to say it. Shadowlands was hot fucking garbage. And it's like, the thing is, I'm excited about the potential of it. And Chris Metzen is the right person to sell the concept, right? Chris Metzen is the person to sell you on the concept of old school World of Warcraft. Chris Metzen comes in, he's like, guys, it's going to be just like the good old days. I'm writing the story. I got these 3 expansions planned out. It's like, let's fucking go. I'm gonna fix everything. But then, right? That was the thing, right? The idea that Chris Metzen was selling was way more powerful in my head than it was when they actually showed it. Because the second they showed gameplay, my brain went to, oh, they're going to have the vault. It's going to be Mythic Plus. It's going to be toxic as fuck. It's going to be atrocious. So, yeah, like my brain just completely got destroyed the second I actually saw the thing. Like, I'm still somewhat curious because at the end of the day, it is Chris Metzen. He's the OG. But I don't know. I don't know if they can pull it together again. But the problem with these MMOs, what was your favorite expansion? Wrath of the Lich King. And it's not even close. Like, Wrath of the Lich King was the best expansion. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, but Burning Crusade, though. Listen, I love Burning Crusade. It was great. But Wrath of the Lich King blew everything out of the water as far as I'm concerned. But, like, the thing about this is that, you know, you kind of want to go back to those days, but there's only so much you can squeeze out of nostalgia, I feel like. BFA was the crap that broke the wagon. No, listen, let me tell you, right? There's a lot of people that are saying Shadowlands is where it was bad. BFA is where it was bad. The reality is, after Wrath of the Lich King, the story was told. We all wanted to see Arthas fall, right? We all wanted to fight Arthas. We all wanted to see the end of the story. And after that, that's when it started going away little by little. Little by little, that's when it started just like whittling away. And some expansions were slightly better, some were slightly worse. But it was after Wrath of the Lich King, it was a continuous downward slope, I feel like, for a lot of people. But yeah, Wrath of the Lich King was the shit, dude. Wrath of the Lich King was the shit. But yeah, the situation is, I just feel like they've already done too much damage to the game. And I can assure you right now that Blizzard stocks are going up. After that Chris Metzen presentation, I mean, not even Blizzard, because now it's no longer Blizzard stock, right? Now it should just be Microsoft stock. But after that presentation, it's just like, you know, you want to believe. You want to go back to what it was back in the day. But it's never going to be the same. It's just never going to be the same. But the problem when it comes to these MMOs, right? The problem when it comes to a new World of Warcraft expansion, and this is one of the biggest problems, is that you can't just jump in midway through. Like, if you want to play a World of Warcraft expansion, you need to jump in day one. That's the biggest problem with the whole situation. Because it's like, if your friends tell you, like, 1 month into the expansion, hey, it's actually pretty good, you're already 1 month behind, and therefore it doesn't fucking matter anymore. You lost it. You know, that's the thing. That's the problem with it. Anyway, won't go back to World of Warcraft because of rating. That's my passion. There's so much demanding time-wise. Yeah, it is. Rating in World of Warcraft is too demanding. And then there's also the add-ons. Like, see, that's the part where once I saw the gameplay, I was like, right, this is the game that we're talking about. You start thinking about, oh, I got to get, what's it called again? I got to get deadly boss mods. I got to get some usable plates. I got to get this thing. I got to get that thing. I got to get weak auras for rating, because if you don't get weak auras, everybody gets on your shit. It's like, you know, it's just instant boner destroyed. You're hyped after what Chris Metzen says. Then you look at the gameplay and you're like, oh, it's just the same game, dude. It's just the same game. You know, nothing's really going to change. And the problems that I have with World of Warcraft are still there. Because, like, I didn't stop playing Dragonflight because it was a bad expansion. Dragonflight was a good expansion. I stopped playing Dragonflight actually because of the community. And weirdly enough, it was actually the people that I was playing the game with. It was not fun because they kept getting stressed the fuck out over Mythic Plus. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not willing to get stressed out over this bullshit. I'm not. It's just not happening. I'm not going to stress out. Was there not a beta for Raid without add-ons? Look, it doesn't matter what beta there was. It doesn't fucking matter, because what happens is, what is the group going to expect? And everybody in the World of Warcraft community in retail expects you to use add-ons. It's just that simple. If there's one thing that they can make easier in the game by you using an add-on, that is what is expected of you. That is what you have to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you don't do it, you get kicked out of the group. It's just literally that simple. Whoever is organizing the group, if you don't do the thing the way they want you to do the thing, you get kicked out. It's just the way that it is. The stress out thing is why you stopped Savage in 14. No, the reason I stopped Savage in 14 is because I realized I couldn't do Savage the way that I wanted. See, I wanted to raid Savage 3 times a week, 2 hours a night. That's the way that I wanted to raid Savage. But I wanted to raid Savage 3 times a week, 2 hours a night, blind. And what we realized when we reached P8S is that it's simply not designed to be done blind 2 hours at a time. It is designed for like people that raid 8 hours straight or something like that, right? Until they figure out the whole mechanic, or people that go watch a guide and then they see the guide and they know how to do it. And I just lost all interest once, because like we got all the way to P8S blind as people who were raiding Savage for the very first time. It was the first time they were raiding Savage, and we got all the way to P8S blind. We even got the second phase. We got through the door boss. So we were at second phase P8S completely blind. And, that's when we're like, okay, we can't prog anymore because we have no fucking idea what the hell's happening. So we go and we watch the guides. And the worst part is that a lot of the guides did... The way in which they designed that fight just didn't even make sense. And that's when I was like, okay, so this is just, it's the way that we're doing it is not going to work out. And I don't have more time to dedicate to it. World of Warcraft retail players are hostiles towards bad or new players. Yeah, they are. Because World of Warcraft retail players expect you to have been playing the whole time. And if you haven't been playing the whole time and you haven't you seen because when PTR comes out and people basically break down all of the content, right? It's almost like, picture this, because I know that a lot of people in my audience, you guys watch, my Dark Souls content, my Monster Hunter content. Playing World of Warcraft retail is like if in order for you to beat a boss in Dark Souls, it was expected for you to read a guide online before you even attempted fighting the boss. That's what it's like to play World of Warcraft retail, even like in regular dungeons, right? You go to a Mythic 0 dungeon, not even a Mythic 0, let's say actual Mythic Plus. You go to a Mythic Plus 5, which is like giga easy, it's not challenging at all. You go to a Mythic Plus 5, and if the route that you are taking deviates, like if you pull one extra mob that you were not supposed to have pulled, and there's no problem because, the group is still able to kill the mob, but you pulled that one extra mob, I can assure you that 2 people in that party, they're fuming. They're fucking sending DMs at one another going like, this fucking guy, did you see him pull that extra mob? Did you see what he did? Clearly he didn't see the fucking route. So fucking dumb. Why didn't you go see the route? What's wrong with you? Aren't you using them? What's it called? I think it's called Mythic Dungeon Tools. Aren't you using Mythic Dungeon Tools? Are you dumb? What the fuck? Don't you know the route? It's like that. That's the Mythic Plus experience. And it's fucking miserable. It's absolutely like nobody wants to learn anything. That's the problem. Unless you're playing with, friends that you usually play with and whatnot, then things can be different. But the interesting thing is with me, not even with friends, it was the same experience. It was like we had points where people that I was playing with where I said from the start, listen, I just want to chill. We'll do the Mythic Plus. We'll learn it. We'll figure it out, whatever. We study the routes together, do all of this thing. And we had rage quits. Okay? Like we were planning on doing Mythic Plus for a little bit. And one of them just goes like, he got mad because, and the worst part is he made the mistake. He fucked up positioning the boss. And then he got mad about it. And then he rage quit for the evening. And I was like, bro, this is too much. And then at one point, like I took a break because I went on vacation with my family, and I was away from the game for like 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, my friends had been like doing Mythic Plus nonstop. So I jumped back into the game, and I don't remember the positioning of one boss in one dungeon. I was like, can't believe we're still making this mistake. Ugh. Oh my God, I can't believe. Ugh. Like, fuming. And then we get to the last boss. Dude, we got to the last boss of that dungeon. And they knew that I didn't like add-ons, so one of them thought that I hadn't installed the weak aura for a specific debuff that we got on that boss. But I did have the weak aura, even though I don't like it. I did install it because, you're playing with a group, you do what is expected of you. And so, for whatever reason, when we were fighting the boss, he was playing range, so he was too far away from the boss. And so he couldn't see my character screaming the weak auras bullshit with the logos and whatnot. I don't know. Basically, he couldn't see that my character had screamed the blue square, which meant that he needed to run to me to cancel out a debuff, right? And because he didn't see it, he instantly was like, you need to install the fucking add-ons. Why don't you have add-ons? It's always the same bullshit with you, with your add-ons. And I'm just sitting there listening to this man rage. And I just go like, so you want me to show you a screenshot of my character with the add-on and the text that it popped up? And that's when he goes like, oh, I didn't see it. And I was like, yeah, I can tell. I can tell. And after that dungeon, I basically turned to one of my best friends, who was the main reason why I was still playing the game. And I gave him like half of my gold. And I said, okay, I'm out. I had like, I don't remember how much I had. I must have been close to like 1 million gold, I think. Was it 1 million? Or was it like 100K? I don't know. I don't know how much gold. I don't remember how much gold I had. I just remember I picked half of it and I gave it to him and I never logged back into the game again. Stickus Norsk, thank you very much for being grossing together for 3 months as a long beard. You Giga Chad, tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Team Frank Ruri's a scrub. You even know his name. All right, because Q would talk about it when we were raiding Savage. No add-ons only help people see stuff, not what people can do. It's like school. If you choose not to learn, then school isn't the way for you to learn. Tony Kappa, the problem is you can't impose. You need same-minded individuals if you want to play the game like that. If you don't have same-minded individuals, you can't do that. You can't force other people to play the game the way that you want. And everybody wants to... The thing that I've realized is that because the way that World of Warcraft has operated for so many years as something wherein, it is expected of you to do certain things, like add-ons, look up strategy guides, do everything before you even set foot in the dungeon. That is what is expected of you. That has become the community culture. And the community culture in World of Warcraft is generally not a good one unless you're already in a guild of friends. So that's the thing. The World of Warcraft experience is massively different depending on whether you are playing with friends and you guys have been playing for a couple of years, or whether you're someone who's just jumping into the game by yourself. And let me tell you, as somebody who's done both, playing in a guild with friends is fantastic. It's a great experience, usually. Assuming there's no drama, it is a fucking fantastic experience. And, if you have the opportunity to do that with people that you trust, they're not going to fuck you over and they're willing to actually, introduce you to the game's mechanics and just explain to you why it's a good time. It's a super easy thing to have fun in. Now, going in as a solo player is absolutely fucking miserable. Partying up with pugs, which is what we call pickup groups, is fucking miserable. And here's the thing. It's been escalating exponentially, okay? It was miserable to team up with Pugs after Wrath of the Lich King, and it just kept going up and up and up. It was even more miserable in Cataclysm. It was even more miserable in Mississippi area. It was even more miserable in what came after, Legion, whatever. No, it was what's the name? Warlords of Draenor, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And like in Dragonflight, it's just a peak of misery. It's just absolute fucking misery to try and do content with people because everybody's stressed the fuck out. Because like nobody, the thing about the World of Warcraft community is that very few people are actually playing for fun. That's the interesting thing about the World of Warcraft hamster wheel, is that if you actually ask the community when they're, you know, playing the game and they're doing the Mythic Plus, they're miserable inside. Like, I'm usually trying to enjoy myself when I'm doing a Mythic Plus. I'm like, oh, let me pull this thing, let me pull that thing. All right, let's have some fun, whatever. A majority of the community, when they're doing Mythic Plus, they're like, oh man, I can't wait to fucking be done with this shit. I fucking hate it. But then you think, okay, so what do you like about the game? Because they go into the raids and they say the same shit. They go into the raids and they're like, wiping at a boss, and they're like, I fucking hate this. I hate this boss. I hate this game. I hate myself. I hate my wife. I hate my kids. I hate my life. I can't wait until we kill this boss. Fuck, I hate this. And it's like, there's nothing that they actually... What actually do you like about the game? They're like, hate playing the game. A big portion of the world, they're actually hate playing the game. They're like, I fucking hate this. I'm miserable. Like, you guys ever saw the Rich Campbell video? Which was like in, that was Battle for Azeroth, right? Yeah, it was Battle for, where it's just like, you're all rats in Bobby Kodak's maze. That's every World of Warcraft player. They're all fucking miserable, dude. Tony Cap, I disagree. I play for fun. I play for the total enjoyment. I don't like those that can't understand. It's a great game. I agree with you. It is a great game. It is a great game. But how many people do you know that play the game like you? That's the problem. See, I would probably enjoy playing the game with you because it seems like you enjoy playing the game. I play a tank. I love experimenting in dungeons. I love fucking around, figuring out what I can do, what I can't do. The problem is you don't have players that are willing to experiment. Everybody wants the solution to the puzzle and they want it instantly, and they want everybody else to play the game like that. There are so few people in World of Warcraft that are like, hey, let's experiment, figure out this dungeon. It doesn't happen. Like, from my experience, my personal experience, and from what I hear from most people that actively play the game, it doesn't happen. Sounds like most MMOs experiences. Not most of them. Some. Like you did with Lies of P? No, way worse than what I did with Lies of P. Way worse than what I did with Lies of P. But I did beat Lies of P partially due to spite. I will admit that. Ractor, that's exactly a point that I've brought up multiple times. I have said to people that like, listen, if there was a button that players could press and they would get like the same rewards that they could get from a Mythic plus 10, if there was a button that they could press and they could just go there every day and press the button, every single player, not every single, but like at least 90% of the World of Warcraft player base would just be congregated around the button, pressing the button. Nobody would actually be playing the game. They'd be pressing the button until they get all the loot that they want. And once they've gotten all of the loot that they wanted from just sitting there and pressing the button, they would log out of the game. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Get yourself a team and experiment all you want. See, that's the problem, Derringer. There are the majority of the player base that wants to play World of Warcraft, nobody wants to experiment. Nobody wants to do it. Players are willing. There may be so few. Listen, from my experience, I have never found one. Not one. Since I stopped playing back in Cataclysm, I haven't encountered one player like that. Not one. They don't want to play. They just want to press that juicy equip button for their BIS gear. True. True. So basically, it's the same problem like what you have with HOTS. You can't enjoy it the way you want. What do you mean, HOTS? What are you talking about? Heroes of the Storm? I'm confused. Heroes of the Storm was fine. Blizzard just killed it. Any word on a Classic Plus? They're doing something called Season of Discovery, where the level cap is level 25 and there's a Black Fathom Deeps raid. It looks interesting. They're also doing something where you can have healing mages, and what was the other one that you said? Tanking warlocks, and some other crazy stuff. That's what they're doing with Season Plus. I mean, Classic Plus. Back in the day, you play Heroes of the Storm with Pally. Yeah, but that's... Heroes of the Storm is a completely unrelated thing. Rage when you pick Muradin. Bro, I remember when I pushed Trixler inside the base and he died with a haymaker. Giga troll. Season of Discovery is going to be a massive shit show without PTR. That's the main thing that interests me, though. Like Coyote 796, that's one of the best aspects about Season of Discovery. That's literally the point. That actually got me somewhat excited. The fact that there's no PTR, everybody needs to go in and figure out the game. That is actually really fucking exciting. Here's the Storm was so good. What happened? Blizzard happened. They fucked it up. I mean, what about the sub-specs for retail? It's probably just going to be some more power, borrowed power bullshit. No PTR is good. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems about World of Warcraft is that everything is figured out by the time the game comes out. Everything is fucking solved. And that's why it sucks. That's why the problem that I talked about exists, is because by the time the expansion comes out, every dungeon is figured out, every raid is figured out, everything is solved, and there's no discovery left. I like your dialogue. You have great presence. Well, thank you. It's just the thing is, even though I don't talk about it much on this channel, because unfortunately I can't, the YouTube algorithm will eat me alive if I talk too much about World of Warcraft. But like, I am super passionate about World of Warcraft. For all the, there's a reason why I criticize Blizzard as heavily as I do. It's because I'm passionate about World of Warcraft and Diablo. I'm super passionate. Like, that's the shit that I grew up with, It's what I grew up with. Was playing World of Warcraft and playing Diablo. I fucking loved it. And so you're always sitting here hoping for things to be better, and they always get fucking worse. I've understood how bad PTR is for the game for a long time. Yeah, but a lot of people, they love the PTR thing. They're just like, yep, jump into PTR. The whole game is solved for me. I don't even understand how that is considered, in a way, gaming. It's like, oh, what do you mean gaming? You're looking up the solution to the puzzle before you even try to solve it, and you call that gaming. Like, Imagine looking up the solution to Dark Souls before you actually play the game. The Dark Souls community would just be like, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean look up the boss guide before I even tried it? Are you crazy? The fuck? Yeah, that's another thing, Spyfire. Warbands is something that I kind of always wanted because, I want to play another class, but then it's like, but all of my shit's in my main character. I've worked hard on all these reputations. I don't want to play another class. Why the fuck am I going to play another class? I have all this progress done on this character. If I go to the other character, I got nothing. Doesn't make any sense. It ain't gaming, it's a dopamine injector. Yeah. There are boss guides for Dark Souls games. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Have you seen the latest Lies of P the Rector's letter? Nope. Wasn't it something where they just said thank you because they sold like however many million copies? I'm happy Lies of P is doing good. I'm very curious to see their next game because the game that they put out was very polished. It was not my favorite game, but it was extremely polished. There's no denying that. I didn't like the dodge though. I will take that one into my grave. Okay, the dodge in Lies of P sucks. It's not good. I don't care. Why don't they do a new World of Warcraft 2 with a new generation of graphics? Not a WoW player, just a question. It's like, you need to understand, the problem with World of Warcraft is not visuals. The people that care about World of Warcraft, most of us think that the game looks fine. I love the way that World of Warcraft looks. It has a timeless look to it. That's not the problem. Visuals is not the problem for World of Warcraft. The problem for getting into World of Warcraft is the legacy. Is all of the shit that is behind, and a lot of it is not good. Like, you know, there's a lot of content in the form of Shadowlands, which is just ass. Just garbage, but you're kind of expected to do it. There's a lot of content in Dragonflight, which you're also kind of expected to do. Dragonflight's not too bad, though. There's a lot of content in previous expansions that wasn't as good, too. Is it like, there's still a lot of stuff. That's the thing. I don't know. They will introduce Rising Dodge as a default skill in the next Lies of Peace patch. That doesn't change the fact that Dodge is ass. Rising Dodge is not the problem. Like, listen, when I say that the Dodge in Lies of P is bad, I'm talking about fully upgraded Dodge with all of the P-Organ stuff for Dodge. It's still bad. Might be a rough take, but I think classic World of Warcraft has better graphics than current WoW. That is a rough take. I think current WoW looks better. That's not to say that classic looks bad. Hot take, I like Shadowlands' first 3 months. Here's my hotter take. Shadowlands leveling up experience was complete dog shit. There. How's that? Like, after playing Final Fantasy XIV, the World of Warcraft leveling experience is just incredibly lackluster. Fuck Blizzard, not a single soul asked for Cataclysm Classic. Nobody. Why do they do it? There's actually quite a few people that were saying they were all hyped up about Cataclysm Classic. I don't know how you can be hyped up for Cataclysm Classic. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I think the situation that Blizzard is in right now is that basically they've gotten a lot of people that started World of Warcraft for the first time with World of Warcraft Classic. And those people then went on to play Burning Crusade. And it basically, it's like a re-release of World of Warcraft. And those people want to see what happens in Cataclysm and so on and so forth. And they're not playing retail. And it's for those people that Blizzard's doing Cataclysm Classic. I mean, it can't be too much work, right? Because it's an expansion that they've already done. It can't be that much work. It's just server infrastructure, basically, and patch cadence. Did they change anything meaningful in Wrath of the Lich King? I don't think they did. So it's just, you know, patch cadence and server infrastructure. It's easy money. There's no reason not to do it. But with WoW 2, you could start a whole new game for a new generation, but you lose an established base. Like, listen, there's a reason why Google bought YouTube. Because Google had their own video website. A lot of people probably don't remember this. They had a website called Google Video. I don't know if they still do. But they had a website called Google Video, And rather than, continue to push that because people simply weren't adopting it, they bought YouTube because YouTube had a bigger community. Don't underestimate the power of an existing player base, right? World of Warcraft is an existing player base. If you just tell that player base, okay, fuck you guys, World of Warcraft 2 is coming out, you're going to lose millions of people. You're going to lose millions of people. That's the problem. Like, I too would like to see a World of Warcraft 2 because retail is too convoluted at this point. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that people would want to play World of Warcraft 2 anyway. Listen, new generation wants to play this one. Warcraft Rumble. That's what they do. It's fucking garbage ass mobile trash piece of shit. The absolute disrespect of the guy that went to present this on stage and then started saying shit like, oh, Warcraft is finally coming back to our roots. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up, you disrespectful bastard. What are you talking about? How disrespectful can you be to make a statement like that? What the fuck, dude? It's not enough that they did Warcraft 3 Reforged. Now they have to invoke the name of the old Warcraft RTS games in the same breath as fucking Warcraft Rumble. Oof. Fucking oof, dude. Let me get some water. But goddamn that Chris Metzen speech, bro. I was like crack cocaine. That was fucking crack cocaine. And my disgusting nose snorted it all up and asked for seconds. Is Dragonflight worth trying? It's like, it's alright. There's nothing too wrong with it, but there's also nothing particularly interesting. It's like, at the end of the day, the one thing I guess I have to remember myself is that Chris Metzen is there to do the story. Right? He's going to be focusing on the story. He's not really going to be doing anything gameplay related. There's like, Mythic Plus is still going to be the same shit. The Vault is still going to be there. The WoW token is still going to be there. The community is still the same. Yeah, I don't think I have to play World of Warcraft. I think I'm fine. I think it's all good. Selling condoms to a nun. True, dude. The dragon stepping on the heroes in Rumbles feels like the Blizzard attitude with their player base. Is that me? No, it didn't. Yeah. I used to love dungeons. Not fun doing them in retail. I would argue it's fun to do them on heroic. But then when you get to Mythic Plus and, you know, how sweaty and tryhard people get, then it's not fun. It's hard to get into a franchise nowadays given how easily company will backstab if it means they get a bag of chips at a slight discount. Yep. True. But it's like, look at how the teaser trailer was in the right direction. It's basically Anduin, all gritty, all messed up, and Thrall, just getting back to basics. The orc and the human. Dude, Asmongold is gonna eat this shit up, dude. 100%. I guarantee Asmongold right now is as happy as a clam. His video is going to be like, oh my god, everything's amazing, everything is solved, we are there. 100%, dude. 100%. Siri, I will ask now, are you ready to go apeshit crazy with Rajang Roadblock? I actually stopped playing Exoprimal. I was playing Exoprimal with Wada, and we were trying to keep up with the Savage, what are they called? Savage Gauntlets. And what me and Wada realized is that Savage Gauntlet sits for 5-player premates. If you don't have a 5-player premate, it's fucking miserable. And so, you know, we kind of drifted off and we stopped playing it. It was particularly annoying when we got to the Neo T-Rex. And you could tell that it's like, listen, if you're not playing on a premade, don't bother. So they're like, well, we're not going to get a premade anytime soon, so whatever. So, wait, when's 1:35? Is it an hour from now? What time is it right now for them? 'Cause I mean, the opening ceremony was 2 hours. That would take us to 1, right? Okay, so it's in like 5 minutes from now. 2 minutes, yeah, okay. Buy the BlizzCon Collection Legendary Pack. Yeah, let's go. No.
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners. Omen, Game Life. Xbox, power your dreams.
Monster Hunter World was a bust? What the fuck?
Mountain Dew
You're
Game Fuel
insane.
Mystic Punch.
Monster
Redeem
Hunter
points
World
for
was
gaming rewards and
amazing,
exclusive
dude.
items in Diablo IV.
What?
NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40
Imagine
and
saying
NVIDIA
Monster Hunter
Reflex,
World was
the
a
highest
bust.
FPS
What?
and lowest latency on PC. Secret Lab,
That's
award-winning
crazy.
comfort engineered to support your every move. Experience the ultimate performance gaming seat. HyperX, we're all gamers.
Hey BlizzCon fans, we are about to begin. Please take your seats. Thank you. Welcome back to BlizzCon 2023. Over the next 2 days, there will be a series of 8 panels and presentations showcasing a variety
This
of
is the only
exciting
panel
new
I care
games and
about.
updates.
How long is this
led
panel?
by some of Blizzard's amazing creators, artists, and designers. So, to kick it all off, here's our first presentation, World of Warcraft, What's Next?
Ryan, the next thing that I'm going to be playing is Remnant 2. Remnant 2 and Wayfinder are kind of like the two big
4
things.
years have passed.
But naturally, Elden Ring
since the mortal
DLC
races
and the next
gathered
Monster
together
Hunter.
in Anaheim, California. And now, the drums of BlizzCon thunder once again. Let me hear the thunder! Yes!
The man's excited.
Ah! Oh, thank you. Thank you for being
He's
here with
upset
us
that he
today.
can't
Hello,
get the same
everyone,
response
and
as
welcome
Chris
to the World of
Metzen.
Warcraft What's Next panel. My name is Taryn Gregory, and as you may have heard, thank you. As you may have heard from Chris during the opening ceremonies, we are at the dawn of a new era.
No, Dragon's
of
Dogma
Warcraft.
2, of course. Of course I
The
want it
Worldsoul
as well.
Saga. A story that will play out over the next 3 expansions and will take us on an adventure in World of Warcraft like we've never experienced before. This saga kicks off with the War Within. In this first chapter, our heroes will be called on an expedition to the subterranean depths of Azeroth, revealing a new world full of mystery, wonder, and darkness. There we will confront the shadows below and face new challenges on the battlefield as well as in ourselves. So what is next? During this section, I'll share an overview of the story of the War Within, and then next you'll hear from Maria Hamilton, who will speak to zones and cultures, and then wrapping up with Morgan Day, who will talk about dungeons, the raid, and our new systems. Let's dig in. In our cinematic reveal, did you guys enjoy the cinematic? Woo. Big shout out to the cinematic team for their work on that. It's just incredible work. We witnessed as Thrall found Anduin Wrynn, who has been wandering alone for the last few years, grappling and lost in his own thoughts and dealing with the experience that he's been through, as many of you may have remembered. Throughout this and our features trailer, we learned two very important developments, starting with these visions. Thrall spoke of a vision calling out from the heart of the world, like a voice from a dream. This radiant song will compel our heroes to investigate its origins, and while at the same time, a darkness has been gathering. Even as the heroes adventured on the Dragon Isles, and in the War Within, the mysterious harbinger that Rurikhan spoke of will reveal themselves. Xal'atath has returned. Freed long ago from the black blade that once bound her, she is now the harbinger of a new era of the Void's dark machinations. And her message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead. And their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth, destroyed them. The forces of the Horde and the Alliance have proven time and again they are among the most powerful armies that have ever stood. The Harbinger has watched this. She is patient. And while the Black Empire failed, Xal'atath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy, one that knows our true strength and will seek to test it against a new threat of terrible power, the Nerubians of Ashkahet. Xal'atath has conscripted the Nerubian queen Ansarek, having offered her people a new future, one in which they will rise from their isolation as a mighty kingdom once again. And here in this sprawling city of Ashkahet, we will not find the undead soldiers of the Lich King that we faced before, but instead a new mighty stronghold of the Nerubians as they once were, deadly survivors of the mythic wars that have played out time and again over thousands of years. In return for their loyalty, Xal'atath has granted the Nerubians the means of a dark evolution, one that will turn the Nerubians into a new kind of ferocious and terrifying soldier that we will clash against time and again in the War Within. Now let's talk about who we'll be adventuring with. How do you like the key art? Several of Azeroth's greatest heroes will rise to the call of the Radiant Song, and many will be faced with their own unique challenges. Anduin, having survived his ordeal with domination. Yes, look at the art. Oh, incredible artwork.
That is pretty badass looking.
Anduin will be grappling with his relationship to the Holy Light that he no longer feels worthy of, while Thrall is seeking a connection to these visions, spreading across the world and working to find his new place in the Horde. While Magni Bronzebeard, long the Speaker of Azeroth, will confront the heavy weight of that responsibility once and for all. Champion! The Wounds Champion! Yes!
The Wounds!
But that brings us to, I know you saw this in the features trailer, Alaria Windrunner. Alaria's journey will be central to the events of the themes of the War Within, as she, a Void Hunter, will use all of her prowess to hunt down the Harbinger while being torn between her own nature and the maddening call of the Void to which she is attuned. Along the adventure, she will have a unique rivalry with Xal'atath, whose twists and turns will come to define the nature of this new conflict. Of course, we'll see many more familiar faces on our journey and meet a host of new and interesting characters along the way that Maria is going to tell you more about in just a moment. But finally, this saga is only just beginning. Conceived to be...
You guys see anything there?
Conceived to be an epic worthy of the first
It's just an
20
empty
years of
backdrop
World
of Silithus.
The Worldsoul Saga aims to redefine the storytelling in our expansion set and strike boldly at the core themes that define Warcraft. The might of heroes, the responsibility of that power, the pursuit of justice. Got to do my best Mets in there. Justice! And the importance of finding common ground as well as ourselves amidst adversity. Up next, may I introduce Maria Hamilton, who will be sharing more about our zones and cultures in the War Within. Thank you so much.
Hello, Blizzcon. Wow, I am so excited to be here and delighted to represent our team and tell you about the places that we will explore and the cultures we will encounter in the War Within. I can't really see all of you out there. I know there's a lot of you, though, because I can hear you. And I hope to hear lots of oohs and ahs when you see some of this cool art I've got to show you. So let's get started.
Todd Howard jacket.
Thank you. Thank you.
It just works.
Thank you.
16 times the detail.
Thank you. Okay, as Taryn mentioned earlier, we'll be called by the Radiant Song, dreamlike visions that come from the heart of the Azeroth. This summons is going to lead us to the subcontinent of Khaz-Algar, a place long forgotten. It's only through recent explorations in Uldaman that we've discovered a Watcher report concerning a contingent of Earthen that was sent to this place long, long ago to investigate a fissure in the sector. What exactly that means, we don't really know, but we can probably speculate. So first, let's talk about the Earthen.
Yeah!
There you go. There you go. All right, we have met Titan-forged Earthen before, of course, in Ulduar and other places. But this society of Earthen has been isolated within Khaz-Algar for a really long time and have developed
purest
their
of
own manners
dwarfs.
and customs. Now, visually, these Earthen are a bit larger in stature, and they're noticeably blinged out. They've got gems all over them, bedazzled, blinged out, you know, that kind of thing, right? But philosophically, they are guided by the Edicts of the Titans, a set of codified orders, duties, and expectations that provide instructions for the core functions of their society. You know, Titans, order, all that, right? But the Titans have been absent
Somebody
for
fucked up her
eons, and the
eyes.
Earthen are no longer united
She need
in their
glasses.
adherence to these
She's
edicts.
made of stone.
They now exist as three groups that are estranged from each other. The Oathsworn, as their name suggests, still uphold the edicts faithfully and believe everyone else is doing it wrong. Their charge is guarding the Core Way, a Titan passageway that leads right to the core of Azeroth. They're primarily the city dwellers. They live conveniently near the object of their responsibility, that Core Way. Now, the Unbound, in contrast, have abandoned the edicts, and they are considered scandalously rebellious by the Oathsworn. Their original responsibility was providing the materials to keep the Titan installations supplied, and they're primarily rural. They're living in and around the quarries and the mines where natural resources can be acquired. They rarely interact with the city dwellers. They feel neglected and ignored because they have a different opinion on how they should live. Now, the machine speakers have strayed from the edicts in practice, but not with respect to their overall obligation to keep the Titan works functioning. They've had extremely limited contact with the surface dwellers, and they express no little disdain for those who just don't understand the great machines. Their homes are built around vast industrial projects under the surface that allow them to perform their functions in accordance with edicts, more or less. These different perspectives among the Earthen and their variable adherence to the Titan's edicts has weakened the society as originally structured. And that's not good, of course. But a much more serious problem is their steadily dwindling numbers. For reasons that I'm not going to get into here and now, new Earthen can't exist.
until we help them out by doing some things and unite the Earth and society once
Doing
more.
some things? Are we
Happily,
we gonna have
as a
sex
result
with
of
the
our
Earthen?
actions, the
Do we
Earthen
get to
will
have
eventually
sex
be
with the
unlocked
Earthen? Is
as
that
an
what we're
allied
doing?
race. Yeah, like sweet, don't they? Yeah. These player Earthen will replenish the culture's dwindling numbers and may join either the Horde or the Alliance.
What?
Yeah.
No!
It is, of course, player's choice which side you wish to ally with. But as you can see from a small sampling of combinations, there's some fantastic variations and customizations coming.
Hey, I
for
can
the
be
Earthen
I can be a
models,
dwarf in the
including
Horde.
different gem incrustations.
My friends
beards
always
for
want to
all
play on the
body
Horde
types,
for whatever
rocky
fucked up
skin
reason.
patterns, tones, and more. Now that golden mohawk with the braids and the fringe beard, that's quite the look. But I really like the beardless guy with the bushy blonde eyebrows. He looks so cool. He's just kind of like, yep, what do you want me to do?
No,
So, anyway,
you can't
all
have
right, moving
dwarves
on.
without beards
Another
unless they're
cool culture that
females.
players will encounter in the War Within is the Arathi. Yeah.
From Arathi
Yeah,
Basin.
and you probably have questions, right? So these are descendants of the original Arathorian Empire, and they've arrived relatively recently and through some somewhat mysterious circumstances. And they find themselves trapped here within Khazalgar. Mysterious mostly because I can't say anything more about it just yet because of spoilers, but it's not like spooky mysterious, it's the other kind. As a people, the Arathi are worshippers and wielders of holy fire. They are dedicated to bringing hope and light to the darkness. They're tough, resilient people, with every member of the society being an able combatant. Some few are further blessed with paladin-like abilities through their devotion to the light. Even their airships are powered by sacred flame. The extent to which they're comfortable in battle is probably a good thing because they have established a home away from home in an enormous cavern bordered by an endless underground sea from which terrifying creatures emerge to rampage and create havoc. Not my idea of a cool place to hang out, but they're really, really tough. These watery monstrosities, though, are nothing compared to the threat from below. A constant swarm of Nerubians has been held back so far from invading the Arathi lands. The assault is unrelenting, the threat is dire, and the Arathi can't hold much longer. These bastions of light against the darkness are far from home and limited in number. Sure would be terrible if there was also division within the Arathi ranks. Just saying. That would be pretty rough, what with them being so outnumbered. We could probably help them. All right, speaking of the Nerubians in the War Within, we'll explore their last kingdom deep within Khazalgar. These ancient survivors of the Black Empire who rejected their former masters have developed their own culture here in the deep darkness. As Taryn mentioned earlier, Xalatath has made a bargain with the Nerubian queen Ansarek, who seeks a new future and renewed glory for her people. The Nerubians are extremely capable and devious adversaries who have been honing their skills with their constant assault on the Arathi. But domination hasn't come fast enough for the Queen's taste, as the Arathi has managed to hold against this onslaught. So this deal with the Harbinger has included some assistance for her troops. Through some dark alchemical process, Xalatath has provided the knowledge required to evolve chosen Nerubians into paragons of their race, enhancing their viciousness. And Queen Ansarek has embraced these modifications with enthusiasm and eagerly offered her army to achieve the Harbinger's schemes. It appears to be a win-win situation. But not all Nerubians share their sovereign's enthusiasm for change and her embrace of Xalatath. Shadowy figures with far too many limbs maneuver against the Harbinger's plans in opposition to the Queen's desire. As you might expect, any foray into this Nerubian kingdom introduces us to a variety of citizens, including some forms we've never encountered before. Here's a layout of some of the Nerubian models that are completed and also some that are in progress, as well as scale reference for goblins and humans, so you just get a sense of size. In addition to the Nerubian citizens, there are also domesticated insects who serve the kingdom as beasts of burden and pets. The team is hard at work building out the full range of carapaces, carapae, I don't know, whichever, skittering legs, grabby arms, piercing spiky bits and creepy eyes for you to enjoy, I guess. All right, let's talk about our zones. The surface of Khazalgar is our first zone, called the Isle of Dorn. This is the home of the earthen surface dwellers, as well as other native species of creatures.
Look at that. But I love dwarven
soil,
architecture, so.
Flowering plant life and generous waterways provide nourishment for animals in this untouched paradise. An important facet of earthen society is Cinderbrew mead. This volatile substance is manufactured from molten honey produced by enormous fiery bees. Their home groves are a remarkable sight as the hearts of the trees themselves glow with lava-like fluid. Harvesting is always an exciting time as the ferocious creatures are understandably protective of their hives. Now the roosts at Storm Watch are wreathed with lightning and fierce winds. These wild elemental rooks may choose to serve a member of the Oathsworn, who if so blessed becomes a Storm Rider, one of the guardian warriors of the earthen people. The Unbound deal with hostile creatures from time to time. Look at that hammer. But for their most part, the existence is fairly relatively peaceful, fairly sort of peaceful. Their comfortable homes are often situated near the places where they once labored as adherents to the edicts. Those sites are now in disrepair, and in some cases, the lair of other creatures. Of course, the Isle of Dorn boasts a great walled city where the Oathsworn live and serve the edicts of the Titans. The city of Dornagal is the location of many important civic buildings, markets, traders, and crafters. And it's here that a traveler will find the expected amenities of a capital city, as well as the Titan Causeway, the defense of which is the Oathsworn's primary charge. Now, beneath the surface of the Isle of Dorn lies our second zone, the Ringing Deeps. As the name suggests, it is here that the Earthen are engaged in their work in accordance with the edicts. In these industrial areas of this cavernous space are huge, complicated machines, lava-heated foundries and forges.
Look at all this dwarven stuff. It's like it's made for me. I hate them.
Maintaining these Titan mechanisms
I wish it was
and
elven
keeping everything
shit so that I
running
couldn't
is both
care.
the responsibility and the passion of the machine speakers. The Earth has shifted too in places, revealing openings to the sky above to the Isle of Dorn. These cenotes bring light and water into areas once shrouded in darkness. Abundant greenery, flowers, and creatures that do not typically dwell in caverns may be found in these idyllic spots. It was really important to us as developers that we delivered the fantasy of the hard-working industry, but still had some break-up areas of natural beauty that don't feel like dark, constrained tunnels. Now, as the machine speaker population has dropped, they've had increasing difficulties with kobold incursions. And indeed, the kobolds have taken over the mines, the work areas. They've even built a city of their own. Unexpectedly, the kobolds are actually becoming a force to be reckoned with under the aggressive actions of their leader.
Look at those roided
the
kobolds.
Candle King. You knew it had to be a candle.
Look at those roided, those
friggin'
roided
With the passage of time, the Earthen have diminished both in number and in the knowledge required to perform the various routines to tune and repair the processes. The old ways have been forgotten, and new creative methods must be employed if the edicts are to be obeyed. So they're kind of making it up as they go along. From the Ringing Deeps, we descend further into Khazalgar to reach Hollowfall, a vast hollow area in the earth, bordered by an endless underground sea. This tenuous foothold under the bright light of an enormous crystal has allowed the Arathi to survive, using their airships to travel to high plateaus and establish docks, light towers, villages, and even a priory.
Wait, this is inside a cave?
From the capital of Merildar,
is this
people strive
what's the
to
zone
keep
called?
alive and spread the light, while
I forget
engaged in a near
what the
constant
name of
battle
it
with
is.
the Nerubians at their
Oh my
borders.
God.
The open
Guys,
spaces,
help
the
me.
bright light and the
The name of the zone in 14.
Lower on the surface, somehow, rather than in this sort of strange hollow within
Labyrinthos, exactly.
The crystal
They
provides
straight up
brilliant
copied
light,
Labyrinthos,
warmth, and
dude.
growth for vegetation. You may notice that all the blooming plants have opened their blossoms toward the light and seem to be reaching in that direction whenever they're in Hollowfall. Unfortunately, the crystal sun has been changing in recent years. Where once the light was steady and reliable, it now fades without warning, plunging the Arathi into
Never mind.
darkness, save where they have built light towers and maintain their holy flame beacons. In the absence of this light, the dangerous Kobis and other fierce creatures emerge from the sea to rampage. As the Arathi are barely holding back the Nerubians, these unpredictable episodes are incredibly demoralizing and deadly. Happily, the light has always returned to the crystal, so far. And at the deepest descent in the war within, we reach the zone of Azj-Kahet. That almost rhymes. Anyway, the Nerubian city of Threads has been built on the ruins of itself, over and over and over again. As areas decay and crumble, a new district is built upon its ruins, and as a result, the city climbs ever higher. Those Nerubians favored by the queen, or possessing enormous wealth, or both, command the greatest views and live in the highest places over these swarming masses of the many districts. The Burrows is the home of the scavengers, the forgotten, deep in the decay and the filth. The Umbral Bazaar is a trading hub of fine silks, fascinating alchemical discoveries, and other exotic and hard-to-find goods. The Skanes are the home of the lore keepers and scholars who toil to maintain the history of their people and research myths and legends of Azeroth. There are many other districts and less than savory neighborhoods, both well-known and secret, that the careful adventurer could discover should they risk life and limb to do so. But the key to such exploration is fitting in among the Nerubians and being accepted, an enterprise best accomplished through skill in the use of pheromones and considerable bravery. The zone of Azj-Kahet features areas of spectacular dark beauty that are inhabited by these creatures that have found a way to live among the Nerubians without being deemed a threat, found to be particularly tasty to consume, or just too much fun to torment. The mobilization of forces to assault the Arathi while also providing military might to achieve Xalatath's schemes has stirred up all sorts of inhabitants of the darkness. And deep within the city itself, the Nerubians are gathering an odd substance, the black blood of the old gods, for some unknown purpose. But I'm sure that's fine. And now I'd like to talk a little bit about our zone flow. As I mentioned,
God damn
awesome,
it.
huh?
Yeah, you mean the dragon riding that you guys stole from Guild Wars 2? Yeah, it's pretty good.
We traveled from the Isle of Dorn into the Ringing Deeps, into Hollowfall, and then into Azj-Kahet. In the War Within, all of our zones are connected all together using the airlock technology that we developed for Zarelek Cavern, allowing for this seamless descent from the Isle of Dorn all the way to Azj-Kahet. That was video I just captured last week of the transition between the Ringing Deeps and Hollowfall. As you can see, we built for dynamic flight, and we were able to flow directly between the zones without the load screen. There is some seriously amazing swoopy goodness to be had moving across these zones and through these spaces. It feels so cool to burst out of a really tight area and into just a huge drop like that. It's so exhilarating. Now, this blobby map that I've got up here was an early attempt during development of our zone flow to try to figure out how we would stack these zones together and achieve the relationship between their geography and geometry that made sense and felt great to traverse. We ended up with something slightly different than this, but this is pretty representative to explain what the world builders were thinking about when they planned these spaces out. It was really important to our design that while 3 of the 4 zones are technically underground, they didn't feel that way, and that they were distinctly different from one another. We pursued that goal by introducing the natural cenotes in the Ringing Deeps and leaning into the fantasy of the classic underground foundry and industrial workspaces. So even in the zone that felt the tightest, there's places that look as though they're actually on the surface. And within Hollowfall, we created a massive hollow space in a cavern so vast it feels like an exterior, with a huge artificial sun in the form of a gigantic crystal. And in Azj-Kahet, we leaned hard into traditional Nerubian architecture with hanging nests and huge palaces built all over a decaying city that just falls away into the depths. And that is the last bit of eye candy I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this peek at what we've got in development.
Dark King Astos, I think that Classic might get new players to try it out, but I think retail is mostly just existing players. I don't think
So
retail
now it's
will
time for me
convince
to
new
introduce you
players.
to Morgan Day, who's going to give you lots of information about dungeons, raids, and systems. Enjoy. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hello, BlizzCon. My name is Morgan Day, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the upcoming content, features, and systems.
This guy's been working out. Look at those
I'll also make
arms.
some funny faces that I'll regret later in thumbnails, but
Like,
whatever.
yeah, pay attention
First up,
to
let's
his
talk about
arms. He's been
dungeons.
working out.
There will be 8 new dungeons coming in the War Within, 4 during level up, 1 in each of the 4 zones that Maria just walked us through, as well as 4 at max level. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening in these dungeons. For instance, we have like a kobold dungeon where you'll meet that Candle King, where there's like a light mechanic that takes place. You have to kind of keep it going to light your way. There's a dragon riding dungeon,
Look at all
of
the games you
course,
played.
but also one of my favorites
going to
is
play
the
forward.
Cinderbrew
Which one
Meadery
would you recommend on
that Maria
playing?
just talked us through.
If you mean
This is
recently,
a dungeon that takes
Remnant
place
2.
on our first zone, the Isle of Dorn, which is where you'll experience, all of our earthen buddies, and this is the
If you
place
mean in the
where
last
they make
decade,
that Cinderbrew mead that
Monster
she was talking
Hunter
about.
World,
they're taking all that honey that they gather
and
from
Elden
throughout
Ring.
the zone to make the mead, to do all kinds of fun and/or nefarious things with. Although I do have to say, I feel like they're a little bit behind the times. I feel like all the kids are drinking that, hard seltzer or something these days, but whatever. They're old school, I get it. Next up, our raid, the Nerubar Palace. So this is an 8-boss raid that will take place in the zone of Aj-Kahet. And this is really the culmination of all of those machinations we keep hearing about that we see play out between the Nerubian Empire, their queen, and her collaboration with Xal'atath. So for this next one, we don't normally show things this early, but I thought it'd be cool to share. On the left there, you can kind of see the top-down view of the raid, and on the right, it's more of like a side cutout. So we like to work on all of our dungeons and raids when they still look like this, as it's much easier to iterate while we're in 2D than it is to kind of change the zones around once we're in the game and it's all blocked out. So to step us through the raid really quickly, after barging through the front door, you'll very quickly fall and/or get knocked into one of those giant pits of that black blood of the old god that you'll hear much more about in Aj-Kahet. And then you'll battle your way through the harvest pits, and then finally traverse your way back up through the stalactite wing, which is not a final name, I promise, until you finally fight your way into the Queen's inner sanctum, where you'll come face to face with her as the end boss. So as you can see, this will kind of feel like a winged raid in terms of the vibes, but in terms of the player experience, it'll actually be quite a bit more linear than what you might be used to for a raid with some winged vibes. So something that I also think is fun to talk about really quick is with all of our dungeons and raids, we like to try to explore like what is the thing that's going to make this space feel really unique, that's going to make it stand out from all the other times that we've built these dungeons and raids. And with this space, we really thought that, given that we have the Nerubian to play with, they've got all these amazing like webs and silken threads that you can kind of traverse the zone through, we thought it'd be really fun to explore verticality as a major element to this raid. So I think that'll be really fun to see what the team comes up with for that. Next up, let's talk about systems.
If he says vault, I'm gonna vomit.
Some of our features and systems at a really high level, but first I want to talk about some of the philosophies that are really guiding us to add these into the War Within. So first and foremost, we really want to continue to extend the philosophies of Dragonflight into the War Within. And really, when we talk about that, there's 3 main pillars that I want to touch on. First, we really want to make sure that we're focusing on evergreen features. We want to make sure that we're making World of Warcraft better forever and not focusing on things that we know we're going to have to leave behind as we move into future expansions. Next, we want to make sure that there's something for everyone. So whether you're a hardcore raider, a PvPer, a collector, or apparently like Holly, you just love to play tons of alts and run around the world exploring things, we want to make sure that there's something in War Within that you can really geek out over and that resonates with you. And finally, We want to make sure that we're continuing to build on our philosophy and build on our systems and content with people who play multiple characters in mind. We want to make sure... Woo! We want to make sure that we're building all of our systems to really respect the time of the player behind the keyboard and not focusing so much on the accomplishments of that individual character.
It's about goddamn time.
So let's talk about delves. Delves are a new feature that will be integrated into the outdoor world experience, where the fantasy of these is actually that you'll be joining the Dragonscale expedition in their search for lost treasures all across Khazalgar. So delves are an evergreen feature that is really integrated into that outdoor world experience. We want delves to be a new pillar of endgame content for those outdoor world explorers. We really view this as something like when we added world quests back in Legion, where they are going to be really integrated and transformative into that outdoor world, especially that endgame loop. So one of the main reasons I'm stoked about delves is that these will provide an opportunity for us to, give seasonal content and rewards to those outdoor world explorers.
I hate the notion
things
seasonal
like,
content.
rewards that you're used to, like mounts, achievements, titles, but we'll also be adding a outdoor row to the Great Vault with War Within. So that all of you outdoor world explorers will be able to share in the joy of rushing to the Great Vault every week to collect your loot. And there will also be 13 unique delves that will be launching War Within with. And delves will scale from 1 to 5 players and be role agnostic.
See, this is exactly like, totally cool. They wheel out Chris Metzen. He says, oh, it's going to be amazing. And then they wheel out this guy and they talk about the fucking vault. Fuck your vault. I want your vault to burn.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of my favorite features of delves, which I think Maria alluded to earlier, which is that there will be an NPC companion joining you on all of your adventures.
Me, dude. It's over.
So for Season 1, that'll be Bran Bronzebeard, as you can see. And Bran will be tagging along with you on all of your delve adventures and will totally never, not even once, aggro a pack of monsters that you didn't want him to. And I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back right now. So Bran will have a customizable talents and mechanics and abilities that you'll be able to kind of load out to suit your playstyle and needs. So, maybe you need a little bit of extra healing. Well, you can load Bran out to provide that for you. And finally, you wouldn't be exploring with the Dragonscale expedition if at the end of every delve there wasn't this massive treasure trove that we need Bran to open for us, which hopefully brought a couple of keys to open some of the chests in there. But before Bran can open that vault for you, you'll need to maybe defeat a boss, maybe you'll solve a couple puzzles, something like that, and then Bran will be able to open that vault door for you.
Bran Bronzebeard.
Next up, let's talk about warbands. It's happening. So warbands are a system that we're introducing that will really be the representation of all of your characters across your Battle.net account. Warbands are an opportunity.
Why would you do this to me? What?
Where you can share your achievements, resources,
dude,
and all that other good stuff.
I swear they did this just to fuck with me,
dude. The goal of the system is really to be that representation of the philosophy shift that I mentioned earlier about really respecting the time of the player behind the keyboards and not those individual characters.
Damn, dude.
There's actually a ton of additions and modifications. We've talked about a few here. There's no singular UI screen that says warbands. It's more of all these modifications and updates and features are kind of wearing a big coat that says warbands on the back of it. It's how I kind of keep it straight in my head. But just to talk about a couple of those cool features, we'll actually be revisiting the transmog rules of how you acquire those appearances in the War Within. So for all of you who have So that means all of you who have probably had to run 4 characters through all of those legacy instances just to make sure you're collecting all the appearances, that won't be the case anymore in War Within. You'll just be able to run it with 1 character. And oh yeah, Holly mentioned this already, but this is obviously one that people are looking forward to. All of our reputations as well as renown in the War Within will be shared across your entire account.
Just for the War Within. Just for the War Within.
Last but not least, let's talk about hero talents. So here's a quick mock-up of what the UI will look like that I think really helps explain how these integrate into our current talent trees. But really quick, let's take a look at how this will work. So there will be 3 new hero talent trees per class, and 2 will be available per specialization that you can freely choose and swap between. And also, this is another evergreen feature. This is a system that we think is going to provide a new vector of choice and customization for you and all of your classes, as well as create opportunities for us to really dig into some of those core class fantasies that are, so amazing. So Hero Talents will introduce these new, small, self-contained talent trees like you just saw in the UI. And the way I like to think about it is like, currently we have 2 types of talent points, right? We have class talent points and specialization talent points. And now in the War Within, there'll be a 3rd type called Hero Talent Points. So let's look at a quick example, which hopefully explains it a little bit more. This is a warrior, as you can see. These are the 3 hero talent trees that they'll have available: Mountain Thane, Colossus, and Slayer. And as you can see in the top left, we have Protection, who will be able to choose between Mountain Thane and Colossus. Up on the right, you see Fury. Yep, that's right. Mountain Thane and Slayer are their options. And down at the bottom, Colossus and Slayer are their options. So this is how the majority of our classes are going to look in the War Within. The exception, of course, being Druids and Demon Hunters, who are a bit special, so theirs will look a little different. So let's take a look at how you'll unlock the system, as well as how it'll feel playing through as you're leveling through the War Within. So the system will automatically unlock at level 71, and it'll just kind of appear in your UI. You'll earn 1 talent point per level as you level from 71 to 80. And there are 10 talent points in total, with several choice nodes along the way. So I like to think of this as being similar to like the Legion artifact,
play with Pally
where as you're
because of
leveling and progressing, you're making
lock.
some choices along the way, but ultimately you're going to
EU
unlock
and
the whole
US
tree.
servers are different regions, different
And
pricing,
also, I want to
different
be
structure.
very clear here. These are extremely low friction to swap between those choice nodes, as well as to swap between the different hero talent trees.
That's fine, Tony Kappa.
So, this should be very analogous to your current talent trees.
It is,
like,
it feels literally targeted at me, like every single fucking feature, down to the theme of the expansion is targeted at me.
And to wrap us up, I wanted to show off a really quick video of what hero talents look like in action. So this is a warrior, as you can see, pop an avatar, jumping in. And this next one is that same warrior with the Mountain Thane talent tree. As you can see, Stormbolt hits multiple targets. There's a couple of cool new V effects, and a lot of other cool stuff going on there as well. I heard some oohs. Ooh. Our effects artists will be happy. So that about wraps us up for our What's Next panel.
They even put the warrior in there. Like, of all the classes they could have chosen, they chose warrior. God damn, dude, it's custom. It's custom for me.
Please join us tomorrow at the deep dive panel, where at noon, where Ian will walk you through
Yeah,
some
the
of what you saw
tank
today
warrior.
in more detail. Woo, Ian! As well as a bunch of other cool new stuff in the War Within. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a great BlizzCon. Bye.
Was that the end of the panel? I guess it is. Oh God, dude, why would you do me like this?
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners.
Why would you do me like this, dude? That is evil. Bro. I refuse to do content for it, though. Fuck that shit. Not giving you 1 ounce of content, Blizzard. Get 0. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing. Not one. Well, I can't I probably will want to talk about it at one point. God damn. Fucking bro, I hate this. I hate Chris Metzen. I hate myself. I hate Mike Ybarra. I hate you in chat. I hate everything about this live stream. God damn, dude. It is so bad. Fuck. Bro, it is terrible. Jesus Christ, dude. It is downright torture. I'm not, dude, listen, I am not kidding when I am telling you that this is, like, imagine this, right? Imagine that you were a fucking junkie, like an absolute degenerate, coke-addled, alcoholic, nonstop, 24/7 junkie fuck. Okay? Actually, don't imagine it's you. Imagine it's me. Imagine that's me. A junkie, alcoholic, addicted to fucking all types of drugs, crack cocaine, partying every night, drinking myself into a stupor and a coma every single night. Imagine that was me. $18 years ago, give or take. Okay? Imagine that was me 18 years ago. And then I cleaned up my act. I'm a productive member of society. I've cleaned up. I'm completely clean. And it's like, I have a decent life. No more addiction problems. None of this. Like, I'm completely zen. Right? And in comes Chris Metzen into my house with a fucking baggie of cocaine. And Chris Metzen's like, yo, bro, you gotta try this new shit I just got on the streets, man. You gotta try it. Actually, forget about the baggie. It's a fucking brick. It's a brick of cocaine. Okay? Right there. He's just like, bam, slaps the brick of cocaine, cuts it up, instantly takes out like $1 note, rolls it up, goes like, you joining in on this, bro? You joining in on this? It's like, God damn it, bro. Like, listen, no joke. You're talking about a damn near 50% themed dwarven expansion where you get to go and meet the Earthen. Which, by the way, the Earthen are the ancestors of the dwarves in Warcraft lore. Okay? They were the original dwarves before they were inflicted with the curse of the flesh, which I think was like Yogg-Saron or some bullshit. He inflicted us with the curse of the flesh, and then they became the regular dwarves that you see in World of Warcraft, okay? The Earthen are like one of the races that I care the most about in World of Warcraft, okay? Okay? So it's the Earthen, and then not only that, but he goes like, oh, by the way, remember how everybody's always bitching about like reputation being fucked up? Because, you had your one character. Now you can't play any other character because that character's got all the reputations. Yeah, we're fixing that. It's like, what? Yeah, we're fixing it. Don't worry about it. And then he just goes and says, oh, by the way, who's your favorite character in World of Warcraft, Rurikhan? Who's your most favorite character in the entire Warcraft universe? Bran fucking Bronzebeard. Oh yeah, we made him a companion NPC. It's like, what do you mean? Fuck. God, I hate them so much. God damn it, dude. You have no idea how much I hate them for this. Because, I mean, come on. I get to interact with Bran Bronzebeard. What the fuck do you mean? God, I hate this. I hate this so much, dude. I hate it so much. Especially after I just did like a video talking about fucking Bungie. And now Blizzard does this. It's like, man, fuck you. God, I hate it. I'm not going to do it. I don't need this cocaine in my life. I don't need it. I don't need this abusive relationship. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Don't need it. Anyways, thank you all very much for going down this this very rocky road with me. This is the only panel that I was interested in because I don't give a fuck about Diablo. They killed that game for me as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck about Hearthstone, Warcraft Rumble, any of that bullshit. That's all garbage to me. And Overwatch, don't care about that either. But goddamn, the Worldsoul Saga. Fuck. I hate them. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I'm going home. Thank y'all very much for watching this with me. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, bell, notification icon, all that jazz. I probably won't be able to do anything this weekend because I have a birthday party I got to take my kid to on Sunday. And on Saturday, I'm probably going to be hanging out with them too, so I don't think we're doing anything this weekend. But yeah, thank y'all very much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.